So let's see how that made you feel. Y'all know I'm big on how things make us feel. How did that make you feel? I think we got Mr. Jonathan Bryant on the line with us. Our angel is in the house. Listen, if you don't see somebody on here, I know that there are some people that are at work. But I do know that there are a lot of people that are on vacation. They take vacation around this time of year, through Christmas and through New Year, right? So if you don't see people that you would normally see on here, send them a message and let them know, just a gentle reminder that, hey, we're about to get started. And if someone thinks or feels that they don't need to be here because maybe they didn't enroll somebody this month or whatever the case may be, let them know that this is not just about what's happening today. You have to get prepared and be prepared for what's going to happen in your business, right? You don't wait until it happens to get prepared. You get prepared so that it can happen. I hope y'all caught that. We get prepared so that it can happen. We get prepared for to make sure that we have the capacity to handle what we say and believe that we want. All right? So training is important, and it is very important for us to not feel like, well, I don't need to be there. God is never going to send us something that we are not prepared for. So this is the fourth quarter. That was a fourth quarter clip. Life will be lifing on us. What are we going to do when life be lifing? And I know that that's not grammatically correct. So nobody has to say, oh my God, she's not even saying it right. If you felt that way or if you thought that, you already are not in the right space. You're already not in the right space because sometimes you got to hear what we're not saying, right? And when life be lifing, what are you going to do when life be lifing? Rocky is one of my favorite movie sequels. And one of the reasons why I love watching sports entertainment, movies that are about sports, is because it's about not about how hard you get knocked down, it's about how fast you get up. And you know, one of the things that Les Brown taught, and maybe he's not the first person that taught it, but he's the first person I heard it from. It's okay to get knocked down as long as you fall on your back so that you could see your way up. And too many times in life, and I don't even know, y'all, this is not in the train. This not in the notes. It's not. So this must be what God say we need to hear today, right? It's not just about how you fall, learning how to fall. That's the key. Learning how to fall, learning how to fail. And John C. Maxwell wrote a book called Failing Forward, learning to fail and keep moving. That is, if you can look up, that's right, Jermaine, you can get up. So if we can look up, I don't believe anybody on here has had anything that's happened to them that has kept you from looking up. Now, there have been some things that stung, hurt, made us cry, our heart were broken, right? But ain't nothing caused us to take our last breath. Hello, somebody that's on here. And even if there are people who have gone on before us, we don't die because they died. We live because they died. I don't know. Okay. As a champion, champions don't get motivated. Champions are committed. One of the clips I just sent to the leadership team, and leadership, that's a title thing, right? Because leaders is who we are. Who do we become once we hit the title? But one of the things I sent them is a clip of Kobe Bryant. And they asked Kobe Bryant, why should I play with you? If you were recruiting me, why should I play with you? You know what Kobe Bryant said? Because if you want to win, you're going to play with me. If not, go play with somebody else. I mean, period. You got to have that posture. Jonathan Bryant talked about posture. He's coming up here to talk about some more. He's going to talk about conference and some other things, right? Closeout is important. What we're doing today is so vitally important. But what posture are you walking into 2026 with? Well, if you want to win, you need to partner with us or go ahead and do something else. Go ahead and sell your coffee and your shakes and your pills and your potions and your lotions and your dotions and your... Go ahead. We are leading a wellness revolution. You need to embrace that and put it in the comments. I'm not here to inspire you. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm telling you the facts. We're leading a wellness revolution. So you can go and do whatever else, the Me Too products, the Me Too companies, go ahead. Go ahead. We leading the wave. There's a song called Lead the Wave. I'm gonna lead the wave. Hey, lead the wave. We leading the wave. Now let me tell you what comes along with leading the wave. Let me tell you what comes along with it. Leading the wave means that there are going to be times, Pastor Sean, you've been there with a startup, right? Shipping's going to be slow. There are going to be times when packages are going to be missing. See, leading the wave means that you literally can stick the foundation and plant the foundation, plant your flag and grow through it. Grow through it. See, we can't compare what we're doing to a 20-year-old company. Well, such and such a company, they said, who cares? Who cares? We're leading the wave. Y'all want to put in the comments, lead the wave. Lead the wave. You want to open up a country and you're not prepared or ready to go with all of the stuff that comes along with leading a country, then sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Because when you lead a country, it comes with all of how many hours are you willing to stay up? How many people are you willing to train? How much product are you willing to compensate for when the orders are lost? Oh, you mean I got to do that as a leader? Oh, you mean, I want to open up the UK. I want to open up Ireland. I want to open up Mexico. I want to open up Switzerland. Do you really? Can you afford to support that country? Are you flying there when they say you need to come and do it? Or you think you're going to call me and Stanisha and Jonathan? Oh, no, you want to open up a country. You have to be able to support that country. So when you're not on trainings like this and you want to open up a country, but you don't even know how to get your people started. You don't even know what it takes. Are you prepared to make sure they have the product that they need? Lead the way. Come on, let me see. Lead the way. Lead the way. Lead the way. Lead the way. I just saw somebody post in our one of our chats that someone ended up ordering product from someone else because they saw it on somebody else's wall. And then it was like, oh, dang, I didn't know you were doing it because I saw yours after I placed the order. I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck. Did y'all hear what I just said? The person said, I didn't know you were doing it until after I placed the order. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? It's our fault if somebody doesn't know that we're doing it because, life was lifing and we decided it was hurting too bad to post. Is it ever hurting too bad to post? Really? Is it ever hurting too bad to take our fingers and put a video up? If we believe that we're leading the wave and we're going to go into 2026 doing that, are people that we know ordering from somebody else because we're inconsistent because life lifed for me too. It lifes for me a lot. And there are people on this team that life has lifed for them physically, but from a wheelchair, they're spreading the word. Y'all congratulate our wheelchair, our HWICs, the head wheelchair in charges. Superman, we got Zane, we got plenty of people now working a business from a wheelchair. Congratulations to them, because they didn't allow lifing to stop them or block them from spreading the word. One of our teammates, Danto, can't even, where's Jonathan? I want to bring Jonathan up to the screen with me. Because Jonathan, let me add, where are you at? Jonathan Bryan,
Yes, ma'am.
We have a gentleman on our team. Well, I promise we're going to train after this, but the Holy Spirit must want us to say this, right? We have a gentleman on our team that can't physically put the patches on people, but he rides in his wheelchair or he gets a vehicle to take him to other people's houses or has them come. Wait a minute, listen, or has them come to his house. He not like, oh, I guess I better worry about the safety, or I guess I better oh, I mean, I had a. He can't talk about having a headache. He can't even put the patches on people. But with no excuse, we have that is the quality of people that are seeing the vision of what we're doing and saying, no matter what. Jonathan Bryan,
And you want to know why?
go ahead. Tell us why.
You want to know why he is choosing to have and see that life? Because of course, number one, what he's experienced and what these patches have done for him, just like every single one of you that are on today's Zoom, like Miss Nina says, you can't unsee it, you can't unhear it, you can't unfeel it, you can't unexperience it. But the decision that he made that separates him from other people is he was sick and tired of doing this right here and pointing to everything else and making excuses for why he can't see success. Like my good friend Eric Thomas said, he was tired of making excuses and realizing that he was okay living a broke lifestyle. And what I mean by broke, ladies and gentlemen, isn't just financially, it's mentally, it's spiritually. That his posture of his broke mindset, he turned that finger and said, if I want change, if I want results, I have to stop making excuses and pointing at everyone else and saying that I am in charge of my results. Period. Period. That's what he did. And that is the only difference is he stopped doing this number and he started doing this number. When we understand that our posture and our broke mentality of, oh, I can make excuses. Oh, it's the busy season. Oh, something happened to me. You were on a plane yesterday and you were still doing business. You were with your son as he had surgery, still doing business. I was at the hospital as my daughter was giving birth to my number 5 grandbaby, and we were still doing business. I was
Yes.
on a Zoom call yesterday morning with Jay Dollywall introducing a new person to this business because it is about me and me only. When I stop doing this, my business, my energy, my success, my levels all increased, just like that young gentleman in the wheelchair.
Period.
Period.
Period. Period. So we know that if it matters, we'll schedule it. If it matters, we'll do it. And if not, what happens is people spiritualize procrastination. And we have the nerve to spiritualize it. Small disciplines create big deposits. And what we've done since we got here, we want to number one, and I wanted to bring Jonathan Bryant to the screen because before we even go any further, you all, we got to paint the picture so that we understand the vision of what we're going to. This is not just close out. This is the new chapter that's beginning. We might be closing out the month. We're not just closing out the month, we're closing out the year, but we're launching a new year. Same vision, same vision. But there's no way we could start this training off without the person that is primarily responsible for us leading the wave in the United States of America. And I want everybody to know that it was this gentleman, Jonathan Bryant, who saw something. He saw something. And some of you are new. A lot of you that are on here right now are new, so you don't really know what it was that he saw. Jonathan, before we open up this close out strategy session, this month end, year end, that's why this is so vitally important. I know what you saw. I know what you saw. We've had many conversations about it, but I would like for you to share what you saw. Then I don't know if you saw then what's happening right now, right? Or in this time frame. I mean, almost 500 people on a call is pretty significant from your team. It's coming from your squad, your team, right? So kind of paint us a picture of what you saw, where you see us at right now, and then what do you see happening? And I know you can't tell us. I'm not asking you to tell us what, the stuff from Jay. I'm just saying as far as the vision that you saw, where we are now, and what you see from this team. Super Patch is going to do what Super Patch needs to do. Patches are going to patch. But what do you see? And then we'll go ahead and open up the training. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jonathan Bryant.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Nina. And you guys give it up for Miss Nina Moore, one of the most consistent, one of the most heartfelt, one of the most passionate hustlers I have ever met in my life that shows up even when she can make excuses, even when life be lifing for her. Y'all give it up for National Vice President. Again, just a title, but that is a very important title to me because she deserves National Vice President, President, Global President, and all the blessings that is coming for her and for Paul and for Paige and her entire organization because she always shows up. She always shows up. And at the end of the day, consistency creates paychecks, period. So thank you, Nina, for all you do and for always showing up. What I saw, I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jonathan Bryant. I got started I'll back up and tell you. So, I've been in the health and wellness industry since I was 21 years old. I started running gyms as an executive at 21, had multiple employees, used to compete in bodybuilding competitions, used to personal train. And so, the health and wellness platform was my niche. At the age of 24, I got started in network marketing. A pastor friend of mine came and approached me, pitched me, and said, "Hey, how would you like to get paid telling people what products you take versus sending them to GNC?" Fast forward, owned my own network marketing company at the top of every company, corporate CEO of a company, launched 18 different countries, saw lots of success in the industry, but it was always with health and wellness supplements, ingredients. That is my jam. So I have formulated my own supplement line. I have really dove into what specific ingredients does for your body and how your body responds. A lot of you that are on here have been a part of a network marketing company with pills, with shakes, with detox tea, with lotions, with all sorts of different products that you have to ingest or that you have to put on topically in order to see results. So fast forward to 2023 and 2022, took a break from the industry, was done, burned out like a lot of people that are on here that said they will never do this industry again. And lo and behold, here we are. And my daughter, who actually just gave birth yesterday to my fifth grandbaby, was pregnant in 2023. And she had just had her first child, my sweet Hadley Hayes. And I was approached about Super Patch. Thank you guys so much for the congrats. And they had sent me patches in November of 2023. Wanted nothing to do with it. Again, network marketing, I was done, burnt out. February of 2024, my daughter came into my office and she had postpartum depression like most new moms do. First time baby. And she said, "Dad, I am out of peace patches. I need more patches." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And some of you have heard this story before. And I was like, hold on. Because of my background in the health and wellness industry and ingredients, the first thing that just struck me, boom, hit me like a big old slap upside the face was you are nursing my grandbaby and you're able to utilize a product to have relief from stress and anxiety and postpartum depression. That stood out to me more than anything. The second thing that stood out to me, and we can all agree on this, is the fact that it was a network marketing product. 9 times out of 10, for those of you that don't know and are new to this space, is most network marketing products are white labeled and sold to different companies, and the ingredients in it, right, aren't always the best. Just being honest. I can say that because I owned my own network marketing company and I know what was in those ingredients. right? So the fact that my daughter was not only having results and seeing success with this patch, the fact that it was a network marketing product hit me upside the head as well. So then in February, March, I got on the phone with Jay Dollywall. I was invited to the North American launch in Dallas, Texas. 700 people in the room. You guys know timing is everything. I'm like, hold up, this is the North American launch, and there's only 700 people in the room. So Amy and I, my wife, went. We met with Jay. We saw the vision. We saw what was taking place. And so, what I saw from a vision standpoint is I was one, tired of formulation changes, right? Something that works for everyone losing weight, everyone seeing success, everyone seeing results, and all of a sudden FDA comes in and says, nope, that ingredient is banned. You have to change the formula. Number two, when a formula changes, the comp plan changes. Number three, the affordability. You have people that want to truly lose weight, but they can't afford $200 a month for some pills through a network marketing company, and they have to be on a smart ship to spend $300 a month in order to make commissions. That stood out to me. Number four is the fact that the mission and vision of where this company was going, where it had already been, and where it was situated at the time with Jay spoke volumes to me because he did this as a passion project for his mother. See, when I'm gonna get on my pastor preacher Jonathan soapbox here. When you put other people's needs first and as a priority, God will always bless you. I have never met a man that has chased money and still has that money today. Period. But when you satisfy the needs of other people and you put them first, in turn you shall be blessed. And so that spoke volumes to me. So whenever I caught the vision and I saw where Jay was going with Super Patch and where he was headed, I knew that this is something that I had to align myself with. I prayed about it. I prayed about it. I prayed about it. Why? Because I was tired of being burnt. I was tired of being messed over. I was tired of building an entire company or an entire organization only to have the rug pulled out from underneath me because of those things, right? I was the only one winning. My team wasn't winning, right? There was 5 people seeing results and losing weight, but they were doing the exact same thing that Miss Dr. Vanessa was doing, that Tamara was doing, that Janet Reese was doing, but they weren't seeing results. So I saw an opportunity that everybody could win because there was nothing different about these patches. All you had to do was put it on you and go. And there was no ingredients to be taken away for the rug to be pulled out from underneath me. Because if the ingredients aren't changing, the formulation isn't changing, the comp plan isn't changing, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is called sustainability, profitability. That means long-term sustained growth and success for generations. So fast forward to today. Our team is doing $3 million a month in sales. You, ladies and gentlemen, we've grown to 20,000 reps in a year and a half of doing this business. Where are we going in 2026? We're only going up. We're only going to increase. Why? Because there's only 100,000, write this down, only 100,000 associates globally in 34 countries. 80% of you that are on today's Zoom right now live in a population where there's more than 100,000 people in your town. To put that into perspective, 100,000 associates globally. We are just scratching the surface. And what is coming, what is going to be announced, and what is going to be released in Vegas is going to be next level. The naysayers will no longer have a nay. They won't be able to say anything. The amount of validation and credibility that you're going to have in 2026 to be able to take your business to that next level, all you're going to have to do is say, boom. The technology that's coming out with the new patches, the technology in an app that you're going to be able to message your entire downline from a simple app, it's going to be next level. And one thing that I want to say before I throw it back to Miss Nina about where we're headed and about this vision is this. Our posture of what we say when we talk about these price increases in 2026 is not a price increase. The price finally reflects what these patches are worth. It is not a price increase, ladies and gentlemen. So don't say that. That posture and that wording is everything. The prices finally match what these patches are worth. So when you're talking to people and you're telling them what the prices are, MSRP, $99 for a month's supply, make sure that your posture and how you say it is not a price increase, is that these patches are finally, finally, right, has them on an equal level of what these patches are worth, the value in these patches. But I'm going to show you a way to get a 47% discount. So where we're going in 2026 is all dependent on you. How you close out 2025 with your mindset, your heart set, your posture is going to position you for your 2026. Most of you may have hit the goal where you want it to be. Some of you didn't hit the goal of where you wanted to end 2025. And the only way that you're going to change that is by your daily actions and your daily habits. That determines your results and that determines your success. But make sure you're surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals like Nina Moore, like Tedra Gordon, like Dr. Dunn, like Janet Reese, like myself, and you're staying plugged in, because when you have people that are on the same frequency and have the same vibration as you, you're only going to increase your results and your success. Go into 2026 understanding and looking back over 2025 that the only thing that needs to change is your posture, your mindset, and the broke mentality that you have. You deserve it. You're worth it. And your daily actions and habits are going to dictate that. Nina, back to you.
Drops the mic. Drops the mic. Thank you so much, Jonathan Bryant. If y'all now get a better understanding of what the vision is, go ahead and let's give it up for Mr. Jonathan Bryant. He's not going anywhere, y'all. He'll be back. The price finally reflects what the patches are worth. All right. You need to remember that. Now, I think I saw her. I don't expect you to come to camera if you're not on camera. But Auntie Gail, I'm going to ask you to unmute real quick. If Gail Mathis, if you can, I just clicked on for you to unmute. Can you unmute for a moment? Because I want you to kind of talk about what it's like to be in a company that's right here at the beginning. And then also, Auntie Gail, can you talk about the importance of being at this, is which is going to be our first convention with Super Patch? Hey, to the superstar Gail Mathis. Y'all like
Oh
to
my
chat up
goodness, oh
Auntie
my goodness, oh my
Gail?
goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh Lord, give me the right words to say. I tell you what, I am just so in awe. I am just so in awe of everything that is happening, Nina. I thank you first and foremost that you never change your phone number, and that I saw the video the other day of you in the gray with the long pearls on. That was the video that changed my life, because I saw that video, and I saw you doing the stability test, and I knew I needed it. I knew I needed it, because when I had my surgery back in 2020, January 2020, my full left hip replaced, and I came out and one leg was shorter than the other, which I had not signed up for. And all of a sudden, I am a diva, and that's why Nina know I could not go on camera, because I have to have full notice, because I'm 71, and yes, I am a diva. And I know people say it don't matter. Yeah, it matters to me. And when you 71, tell me if it matters to you. It matters to me what I look like when people see me, not to impress them, but because of who I am. Yeah. It's about excellence. And so I'm around here cooking for my son Nina. Greens and pinto beans and ribs, and I have a thing on my head, and y'all not fixed to see that. And I don't have on my lashes. I'm just saying right now. But I thank you, Nina, because one thing about you and all of the greatness that you possess, and Jonathan Bryan, I shall never ever forget the Dallas retreat and how you poured out to us, not only from your mouth but your pocket, because those are two different things, y'all. People can say a whole lot from their mouth and never use their pocket, and in this industry it's important that you use both. It is, it's important that you use both. And so Nina did not give me a heads up that she even wanted me to come on here, but but I just talk from my heart. And this is the thing about me. I was absolutely blessed back in 2008 to be a part of a beginning. Now, the company had been around, but it was not multi-level marketing, and everything was in Spanish. And someone told me about how they could change my body in minutes. But as I reflect back, it only changed from the outside. Now, every now and then we'd run across somebody that had really bad back problems, and when they put on the garment, it would help them almost like they were having a chiropractic adjustment. But these patches, devices, these devices, because I'm gonna be saying everything right, just like y'all never saw me on Facebook. And yeah, y'all see me on Facebook. I'm posting every hour, and if I'm not posting, I'm trying to get to post because it's important. It's important for people to know there is something different. I thank God that in my walk, and not to pat myself on the back, but you do need to pat yourself on the back sometime too. I'm telling y'all that too. I didn't mess up to the point that when Nina saw my number, she didn't call me back. You have to watch who you are in your daily walk, because you don't know who's watching you and how it may come back years later. When I called Nina Mora, she didn't hesitate and called me back. That was very important. You see, because you have some people that walk in a room and people head go down, whereas some people walk in the room and people head go up. Y'all catch that down the road. And it's very important, because people can say, I don't care what people think. Yeah, you do. And think about what the word says, because Nina always goes to the Bible. A good name is better than the riches. Okay. And so my name is important. And so this is the ticket. We got in this thing, and Lord have mercy, we were ignorance on fire. Had never dealt with anything like that. We was dropping them down, making them look good. Let me tell y'all something. We were selling stuff that we didn't even have. So all this about the patches came out later. When you do 1 million one day, 2 million the next day, 3 million the next day, 4 million, because see, when I'm on these calls, I'm learning. I don't get on the call just to be on the call. I'm taking notes in my head so that I can come back and say what I heard, because Jonathan said that on one of his calls. What happened? And you take a $45 pack of patches and divide that by 4 million one day, 3 million the day before, 2 million. How many patches is that? Lord have mercy. I'm just saying. So when you're in the beginning of something, you got to be ready for the hiccups. It's kind of like if you go open up a restaurant right now and you buy all them supplies and all the food and the chairs and all that stuff, and you open up and only a few people come, you don't shut down the next day. So sometimes businesses that don't cost you 2 arms and a leg, you think it's not worth it. Well, I just know this. Was Denisha Graham, who Nina sent me to, June the 5th at 12 o'clock, was Denisha Graham did the stability test on me right here in Houston, Texas. My life changed. My life changed. Why? Because when I started walking, when she told me to get to walking, I wasn't feeling so limpy. And if y'all see me in the parking lot right now going somewhere, y'all will say, wait a minute, that girl moving fast. Denise even told me slow down one time, because I went to an event and she said, oh, you need to slow down, because I was walking so fast. I mean, these patches, these devices, I'm going to get it right. I'm going to keep saying it, because, when you start saying something and you've been saying it for a while, I've been saying this for 6 months, but I'm going to say it like I'm supposed to say it, because I'm not injecting anything in my body. I'm not popping nothing down. I'm not following nothing with water. I'm not. And so these are devices that I apply to my skin every single day. I was just talking to someone a few minutes ago, and we was talking about how many patches we had on right now. I have been wearing these patches every single day since June the 5th, and gonna be wearing them. People spend their money where they want to spend it. So when people out there talking about they ain't got money for this, and Jonathan, you talking about, oh, the patches price going up. Let me tell you something. People buy what they want to buy. They go buy shoes. They don't need purses. They don't need clothes. They don't need, and don't even start me talking about people going to a restaurant and buy a whole bunch of food. We have a restaurant here called Papa Do's. A lot of people know about that. But let me tell you something. You can go in there, and if you are a drinker, I'm not a drinker, but people do drink, they go buy a couple of drinks and buy a meal at Papa Do's. They drop so much money, way more than a pack of patches. for one person. They'll go in there and drop that and lose that intake in a few minutes. Later down the road, y'all understand what I'm talking about. Because guess what? That just goes through my body. It doesn't change my body. These patches are changing my body. I have on the Liberty patch, the Victory patch. I have on 3 freedoms on the hip. They told me I need to have replaced. I have 3 freedoms on, but guess what? But I won't be hurt. Let me tell you something. I can count on one hand how many Tylenols I've had since June. Since June. And so when you get a chance, because I worked at the post office 20 years. I'm gonna be through, Nina. I worked at the post office 20 years. I worked every single holiday except for Christmas because they wouldn't let me, because I was a single parent and I wanted my son to have the same benefits of a 2-parent household. So I worked a lot, but I had never earned 6 figures. When I got in that startup that wasn't a startup, and I didn't care that we ran out of garments in one day after we had waited for 6 weeks, because we'd call each other and we'd run over there and we'd buy up everything they had in one day, no longer than 2, and we'd be out again, and we kept moving. I was able, not bragging, not boasting, but I was able to see 6 figures. And it wasn't with a 1 in front of that 6 figure. It was not. It was not. And it blew my mind. And it came and it came and it kept coming. Because when you find something that people want and people need, it can be life changing. Well, these patches are the whole, it's not even a different game. It's a different realm. It's a different realm for me, what is happening. I have a lady that just came in with me that we've been knowing each other for a long time in supplements. And she say, I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. I said, I keep saying it. I'm so glad y'all saying it too. I ain't seen nothing like this in my life. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing been like this. They say, opportunity of a lifetime. Well, let me tell you something. It sounds really cliche, but it is the absolute truth. And then for Jonathan to say, Jonathan, just so you know, I was listening, 100,000 reps globally. I can't wait to get to Vegas and meet somebody from Switzerland and Germany and the European Union and Mexico and all that. Because let me tell you something. If you got skin, we got a patch for you. Oh, Nina, thank you so much for allowing me to come on your call, because I'm going to tell you something, sweetheart. You absolutely were placed in my life for such a time as this. And I don't care what your age is. I don't care if you're a baby crying and need a freedom patch because you teething, or whether you are a real senior like myself at 71 and still want to be financially free, independent, and be able to shake it on down. I'm going to repost my video, Nina, where we was dancing at the retreat, and I started dancing and you started pointing and you started singing. You made up a song, this the hip she couldn't use. Oh yeah, but I want y'all to know I'm using it now. Back to you, Nina.
Yes, thank you so much. Y'all hear it? Do you hear the excitement in Auntie Gail's voice, right? And she be y'all's already. Y'all, she a pro. I knew that she would come and really share her heart. She's right. We were in a company where everything was in Spanish. Y'all, the garments ran out. We had no product. I was in another company, you guys, where we made millions of dollars, where the product was gone for 2 months. 2 months. I want us to really understand, and we needed to get that in our mind and in our heart, and now we can move on, is that we have to understand that because we're right here at the beginning of something that's going to be so vast and so incredible, that we have to have the fortitude to be able to work through, right? To work through these little hiccups that we're going to have right here in the beginning. What I will tell you is this, and Jonathan Bryant, when he comes back up, he'll validate this, is that Jay sees everything that's happening and he doesn't make any excuses for it. And they are putting the right infrastructure in place to handle the capacity of where we're going. All right. So we wanted to go ahead and address that. Now let's talk all things closeout. All right, you guys, we have to understand we don't need more time. We need just tighter standards, right? We say things like we're going to write the vision and make it plain and then work the plan. We want to know faith without works is just a cute caption if we are not working our faith. All right, let's talk about it. I don't know what I just did. Hold on 1 second. Let us talk about it. We want to talk about the fact that it is closeout, and let's talk from structure wise. We're gonna talk about your Miss Auntie Gail. She dripped it, didn't she? All right, we want to talk about our structure. We're going to talk about the first structure. And I want everybody, if you're on your phone, on the Zoom, please make sure you have another device that you can see your back office. So it is better to try making sure you're in when we're doing closeout training that you can see it on a computer or a tablet, because on your phone you can't do anything. You can't go to graphical downline and things like that. All right, so I want you to make sure you understand this. You want to log into your back office right now, and you want to go to your overview. Okay, you want to log into your back office, you want to go to your overview. All right, and when you go to your overview, and I'm going to show you this one. I can show you this one because this is my daughter. She won't have a problem with me sharing this. Thank you all to all of you that are still letting people in the back in the room. Let me show you what I mean by overview. This is a back office. You log into your back office. This is where I live. I live right here in this box. This is where you live. All right. It says managing. So if it says managing director, that means that her position has already hit the former position, which was director. You see that? Does everybody see that it says 100% complete? Does everybody see that? Can shake it like just go like this with your head up and down, because I'm looking at the faces. Yes, Jermaine, I think she's shaking her head. All right, Pastor Sean. So what you're doing is this is the square you want to be looking at. All right, let's go back to senior associate. This is the first rank of the company. All right. Now, I understand that this month, a lot of people are saying, well, I'm showing senior associate. If you came in with a pack that was higher than 540 volume, you're showing senior associate, because this month, the rank structure, and let me see if I can pull that up. The rank structure. This is rank structure. But let's go to senior associate rank structure. This rank structure was lifted. It was softened for us. You did not have to have this structure. You just had to have the volume. Everybody tell me in the comments, what is the volume required for senior associate? Put it in the comments. What is the volume required? Ain't nothing to think about. It's on the page. So everybody should be writing the number, because there's nothing to think about. This is not a trick question. It is on the page. What is the volume requirement? Let me see it in the comments. 540 volume. Now, I want everybody to understand this. You have to understand, well, where does this volume come from? It comes from our monthly order, which if you are an associate with Super Patch, you should have an automatic smart ship running on the first of the month for 2 packs of patches or more. Now, let me tell you what the or more is. All right. We call it a super smart ship. Hold on. I'm going to write this down so we call it a super smart ship. Now, I want you all to really pay attention to this. A super smart ship is when we buy 3, get 1 free, but we must do what? Put 4 in the cart. All right, we got to put 4 in the cart and create a new smart ship. All right, that is important. You must put 4 in the cart and create a new smart ship. That is that is what keeps us qualified or active to receive commissions every single month from Super Patch. Everybody got that? We want to make sure that you understand that you do not have to, if you join with a $12.99 pack, no, you're not purchasing a $12.99 pack every single month. You're only purchasing, what is the super smart chip? 2 packs of patches, which we will get for $47 if you're on a smart ship. Listen, there's going to be a big difference in January. When January 1st hits, there will be a difference in the pricing. If you do not set up if you do not set up a smart ship, you will pay more for your devices, for your super patches. Does everybody understand that? If you say yes or yes in the comments, if you do not have it on SmartShip, so if you decide I'm going to just go and place an order every month, you're not going to get the discounted price of the patches, which will be $47. If you prefer paying $51 for your patches, then go right ahead. For those of us that like saving our money, we're not going to do that. We're going to have it on SmartShip. SmartShip is automatic SmartShip. That means you set it to come out every single month so that it's done and over with. Set it and forget it. Write that in the comments. Set it and forget it. It is very important to understand that if you do not have a super SmartShip set up, you will not qualify for the different promos and bonuses. You cannot just place an order every month and think you qualify for the promos or the bonuses. So there's a lot of people like, well, I placed the order. How come I don't see that I can purchase the sample packs that have the 4 patches of samples in the pack? Well, that is because that is only for people who actually set up a SmartShip or a super SmartShip. A SmartShip, right? Let me make sure we understand the difference. A SmartShip is 2 packs of patches, 2 packs on auto order, okay? A super SmartShip is when you have 4 packs of patches on your auto order. Now, here's the deal, and I need you to really understand this. If you are looking to get a super SmartShip, you cannot just go in and edit the current order that you have. Did everybody hear what I just said? You cannot. If you already have 2 packs on an auto order, you cannot go and edit this order and think that you're going to get the get one free. It's not going to happen. You have to delete this one and set up a new order with 4 packs of patches in the cart, and it will automatically do the reduction. Automatically, and every month it is automatic as long as you have these 4 packs of patches in the cart, or 8, because if you do 8, guess what? You'll get the discount again. So you'll only pay for 6, but you'll get 8 packs of patches. Does everybody understand that? So it will be more advantageous for you. Let's just say you know that you use multiple patches. It is more advantageous for you to set it up on your super SmartShip so that you get the biggest bang for your buck. Not only will you only pay $47 a pack, but you'll get 2 packs free. I'm trying to give y'all the game. Did everybody get that? So if you know your personal consumption is high with the patches, with your super patches, then why would you not go ahead and just set them up on a super SmartShip? Everybody got that? Yes or yes? Yes. Now, I just do 4 because I purchase a lot of orders every single month. I am a retailer. All right, so we will talk about that some more, and I get a good discount, I feel, when we buy the bigger packs. All right, and I'm sure that Jonathan's going to go over those packages when he comes back up as well. All right, does everybody understand this with SmartShip? Before we go further, you need to look at your back office. Let's go back to your back office, right? Let me pull it back up. Hold on a minute. Let's go back. Let's go crazy. Boom. Hold on one second. I forgot I gotta pull it up a different way. Hold on. All right. You must go back here now and make sure that you are qualified. All right. If you look in your back office, this is where you live. This is the little square you live in right here. And everything, people can't say that they don't know what to do, because if you drop down these arrows, All of this will tell you whether or not you're active or not. This is the square now with our commonly used links. And then this square right here is your rank information, tells you what you need. This will tell you if you're active. Are you monthly qualified? Does that say yes? Yes. So this person does not have to worry about being monthly qualified because they can see whether they're monthly qualified. Everybody needs to log in right now. This is your home page, and you need to see if you're monthly qualified. All right, now, senior associate is 540 volume. We see that in this case, this account is already active, right? We see in this case it's already past senior associate. 540 volume. But remember, the structure is vitally important. We cannot move out of this month without this structure. All right? Hold on one second. Meaning, if you have people that you enrolled and you only enrolled 2 people, you don't have to do anything when it comes to the holding tank. Does everybody understand that? We're going to explain what the holding tank is in just a moment. You don't have to do anything. Does everybody have that? If you enrolled 2 people, there's nothing to do but leave them where they are. At the end of the month, guess what they're going to be? On your front line. That means directly underneath you. All right? Your front line. Now, the next rank. Let's talk about the next rank. And let's go to team leader, which is 3,000 in volume. How do we generate these sales? How do we generate this volume? Volume comes from every customer that goes to your website. One of the things that is vitally important is for you to understand that if you are only retailing, meaning you buy the product and then you sell it, you cannot expect to get paid from customers in your back office. That is pretty much common sense. There is no volume coming from customers in your back office if you're not sending them to your website. Does everybody understand that? You're never going to double dip, eat twice. But if you're not sending customers to your website and you're retailing, meaning you're selling them patches on hand, that is your retail money. There's a lot of people that are like, well, why I'm not making any money in the back office? Well, one, did you enroll anybody? And you cannot, not in this comp plan, enroll 2 or 3 people in the very beginning and then think that you could just sit and just lolly, I'm going to just go to the top with them 3 people. That is not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Your income in this comp plan is driven. Everybody write this down. It is driven by customer sales to the website, and it is driven from enrollment bonuses, your enroller bonuses from enrolling people personally. Does everybody understand that? So if you're saying, well, I don't understand, why is my check? Well, how many people did you enroll that are actually doing something? How many people did you enroll and how many people did they enroll? Because the goal is duplication. Why do we do the call on Monday nights? Y'all put it in the comments. Why do we do the calls on Monday nights? It is certainly not because I want to hear myself talk. It is certainly not because we just want to be able to post that we had 470 people on a Monday night call. That is to recruit and drive duplication. Everybody has to understand that. If you want your check to go up, one, you need to be on a smart chip every single month of no less than 2 packs of patches, and it has to be purchased at one time. Meaning you cannot purchase 1 pack 1 week and purchase 1 pack another week and think that that was the smart chip. That's not how this goes. You have to do 2 packs or more at a time. Does everybody understand that? How else is the volume generated? From people partnering with us in business. And when they partner with us in business, we get, and I'm sure, Jonathan, I know I printed this out. I'm sure you already did too, right? I got to keep this on my desk. And everybody will have access to this in just a moment, right? But every pack that somebody joins with is going to give us business volume and qualifying volume. Does everybody understand that? So we can hit rank off of our qualifying volume. We get paid off of our BV. Write that down. And I'm sure that Mr. Jonathan, Uncle Jonathan, right? He said he was Father Jonathan tonight, right? Today, he's going to also talk about the importance of that CapEx volume. So there's ways that we can get other volume generated if we express the importance to our team of where the volume comes from. One, SmartShip is your lifeline. It is like, what conversation is there to even have with somebody if they're not on SmartShip? You're not in the business if you are not on a SmartShip. Like, we should not have to say, hey, did you check your back office? Like, you're not going to get paid if you don't place an order. Because then that means, oh, you don't care. That means you don't care. And a lot of people, it ain't even your organization up underneath you. So now we got to remind you to place an order so you get paid for work you already didn't do. Make that make sense. We set a notification for everything else. Set a notification that reminds you to retail your pre-sell them if you have to. But my SmartShip needs to be coming up on the 1st of the month so that you get it out and put it in the way. Put it in the way so it's out the way. So the rest of the month, you got time to run. On the 1st of the month, everybody should be hitting senior associate. It's 540 volume, and Jonathan Bryant already told us about the volume, how our volume is going to go up. The moment that January 1st hits, the volume goes up. The volume goes up. Now, let me go ahead and say this so y'all don't have to call or text us on the 1st of the month. There might be a glitch on the 1st of the month, on the 2nd of the month, on the 3rd of the month, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and maybe even the 7th. You know why? There's new data being input and codes being rewritten and rewired for the new pricing to take place. I'm almost positive, Jonathan Bryant, that there's going to be a glitch or 2 or 3 or 4. And you don't have to call us, because here's what people need to understand. There are 20,000 people on our team. We don't need 20,000 people texting our phone. Well, my order didn't go off. Well, my order didn't go. Well, because that is ridiculous. Like, we're all going to be in the same boat on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And guess what? There might not be a glitch at all. But we're preparing you now. Prepare your spirit. There will probably be a glitch. Because all of this new data, everything that's getting prepared, not just for the 1st of the month, but for the year, for conference, for all of the coding. See, we think that we just click on a button. You don't know what has to happen on the back end to make sure that all of this stuff runs smoothly. And also, I'm going to go ahead and give you this one for free. Expect on January the 10th, our customers will have an easier checkout process. Hallelujah to that. Everybody should be like, praise the Jesus. Okay? On January the 10th, write it down. Our customers will have a much simpler checkout process. Because guess what? Right now, it's not so simple. And we acknowledge that. But we also acknowledged that we are in the fundamental stages of a company that's getting ready to be a $500 million company this year. And they totally understand that we have to now support with infrastructure to handle where we're going. Jay Dollywall himself, he knew that it was going to be good, but he didn't know that we were going to do $1 million in a day, $2 million in a day, and then $4 million in a day. He did not know that that was going to happen in November. So no one was prepared for that. He was prepared for good sales. But Jonathan, I don't think he was. I know he wasn't. He said it on, we went crazy. All right. So exactly, it went crazy. Right. Yeah, that's what he go ahead. What else he say, Jonathan?
And what has to happen from a back end standpoint, from a back office standpoint, like what Nina, I'm going to touch on that real quickly, as far as stuff not reflecting correctly. One thing you guys need to understand and remember, guess what? Commissions don't get paid out on the 5th of the month. Commissions don't get paid out on the 10th of the month. So we have an entire 20 days per se to make sure that everything gets corrected. Now, weekly retail commissions gets paid out, but when do they get paid out? The same week? January 1 through January 8th, 7th? No. That's the purpose of having those commissions post 2 weeks after so that they can make sure that all of the changes rectified and are showing the correct numbers. Same thing with our commissions for all of January. When do they get paid out? The rest of them in February. So if the numbers aren't matching up, or if this didn't process, or if this didn't go off, or if your numbers are different, please understand that there is, yes, a lot of back end operation, back office things that have to happen. And again, testing live when it goes live for them to be able to fix or to edit. I understand how complicated this is. So please have grace and realize that you're not going to miss out on money. They're going to get it right. I promise you. So yes, don't blow us up and say, this didn't work, this didn't, my team, this. Don't do that. They know. Jay sees all things from our back office, all of our back offices. So he knows what's happening and what's working and what's not working correctly, and they will get it fixed and streamlined. So as far as growth, Nina's exactly right. He didn't expect a $1 million, $2 million, $4 million day on Sunday, the last day of closeout. But all that means is exactly what Jay said. If we can do it, then we can do it again. Right? All of us that took part in that promotion and went crazy and went wild, all that showed Jay is that there is a need, there is a want, and there is a will, and we did it. So moving forward, what do you think is going to happen? If he's going to look at those promotions and be like, oh, that worked, oh, that didn't work, do you think he's going to implement more promotions like that in the future? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Boom. Period. All right.
Period.
So, period. All right. So, I'm leaving you on the screen with me, JB. So, now we're at team leader, 3,000 in volume. All right, you guys, where does that volume come from? Again, we said smart ships, customer orders. All right. And Jonathan, do you want to go ahead and talk about the amount? I mean, because I know you talked about it on the other call the other day. I don't think they need to know the exact amount coming from every customer order and all of that, just to know that that's where it's coming from. Also,
Have
it's
actually all of the images that I could put up to show to where they can get an idea of the 3 kits that are going to be available, the price points, the volume. We don't have to break it down,
okay.
but
All
it's
right.
where they can grab it. It's going to be uploaded. All of the prices, all the new changes will be in the boards app by hopefully Friday. It's a lot of pricing changes, a lot of stuff that has to be done in order to update the boards app, but we're going to have all of that hopefully done by Friday for all of you guys to be able to see. There will only be 3 kits available for purchase on enrollment. You want me to go ahead and share my screen and show that?
Yeah,
Nina?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Let's let you know while he's pulling that up. Make a note of this. These kits will be discontinued at enrollment. At enrollment. It doesn't mean that they will be discontinued for us to purchase. It means they will be discontinued at enrollment. At the shopping cart, Pan Am will not be available at enrollment. The Omni, can somebody type this in the chat? Pan Am, Omni, Momentum, Flex 15 or Super 15, Super 40 or Flex 40, Super 80, and Flex 10. Those will not be available at checkout on enrollment. All right? Does everybody hear that? Let me say it again. Pan Am, Omni, Momentum, Flex 15, Flex 14, Flex 80, or Flex 10 will all not be available on enrollment. All right? All right, go ahead, Jonathan.
First things first, with the pricing changes, not increase. The pricing changes. Everyone needs to understand this. This is huge. Again, your posture and what you say grammatically can affect your business. As you see right here, maximum SRP, which is the MSRP, manufacturing suggested retail price. So when you're posting on social media, when you're talking, the pricing that you're talking about needs to be USD 99, Canadian 99, Mexico 1980, EU, Switzerland, UK 89.85. When reselling in person, associates may collect taxes and stay compliant to local regulations. What this means is this: your customers, your people that are going to be going to your website are going to see the MSRP price of $99. Everybody get that? 99. Obviously, if they sign up as a customer, on SmartShip or as an associate, they're going to get a massive discounted rate on their patches. But what we can't do is we can no longer post retail pricing of $60 on social media because it's no longer $60 for retail sales for a pack of patches. It is $99. So again, posture, when saying that you can give them a 47% discount on their first order, is massive. I want to make sure that is clear for everyone. We can no longer advertise $60 retail price point. Everybody got that? Then we're going to go to USA, that's Canada. We'll come back to you. Oh, one more. All right, so the kits that are going to be available come January 1st, which is Thursday. The quick kit, the $299 kit, is still going to be available. The retail is $594. The BV is $239, QV is $299. Not much change there. Okay? The quick kit with membership, because the membership is $1. It's going to be $693 retail, BV $239, QV $299. As you see on the far right-hand side column, eligible for fast start and driver bonus. It is not. So we don't talk about the quick kit a lot because, again, it does a disservice to your associates. And I'm going to talk about the retail pricing that Nina hit because she says she's a retailer. I want to make sure that you guys understand something very vital, important, and key about retail sales. The Omega kit, $749. These are the only 3 kits that are going to be available at enrollment moving forward January 1st, 2026. The Omega kit, which was the $699 kit, it is now $749. It is $1683 retail. The Omega kit with membership, $750, $1782 retail. It does qualify for the fast start and the driver bonus, and then of course the Flex 40. So the Momentum kit, the Omni, the Pan Am, none of that is going to be available for initial enrollment. It is gone. Following kits will be discontinued at enrollment: Shopping Cart, Pan Am, Omni, Momentum, Super 15, Super 40, Super 80, Flex 10. Why? Because studies, Jay is such a numbers person that he did the assessment to see the top kits that people are purchasing. So why do we have so much confusion when we can simplify it and streamline it? Now there's 3 options, which is only going to be better for all of you, just like the customer shopping experience come January 10th. How many of you are familiar with Shopify? It is a very simple, easy payout process. Think of the new customer process as a Shopify experience. Simple, easy, streamlined. It's going to be very, very, very basic and simple for them to understand, and it's not going to be complicated, just like the associate kits. Now there's only 3 that are going to be available at enrollment. So again, Canada and Mexico prices, we'll talk about those real quick. Mexico prices, for those of you that are in Mexico or have teams in Mexico, I know Nina has a very large team in Mexico. Here's the pricing and the kits that are going to be available for Mexico and which ones are available and not available. Same thing for any Canadian reps that are on right now. Well, there we go. Let's go back to the big one. Same thing. The Quick Kit with membership, Omega Kit, and the Flex 40 Kit. Those are going to be the only ones available. And per usual, the price point, USD and CAD, is the same. So those are the new kits that are going to be available come January 1st, 2026. Nina, that's what I have in regards to that. So now I'm going to talk about, stop sharing, about retail sales. Something that I want a lot of you to understand. I had a really, really good call yesterday with another associate. She's in Vancouver, and she was so upset, so disappointed because she said, I've only got 5 associates on my team. 2 of them are runners, the rest of them are not runners. And I said, when was the last time that you concentrated on retail sales? She has a big vendor event coming up in January. And she said, well, why would I concentrate on retail sales, on customers, when I need people on my team to build the business? All of you know that are here on this call right now, the reason why you're here is because of your what? Your testimony, your experience with the patches, right? Your greatest associates are going to come from your retail sales. Why? Because the amount of hand-holding that you're going to have to do with a convicted, passionate customer who's on fire because of the experience that they had is going to propel their journey in this business as an associate because they have the passion and belief behind their experience. So for those of you that feel stuck ending 2025 with trying to get associates to join your team, I challenge you, if you're stuck, to shift your focus to retail sales and patching people and watch what it does for your business. If all you do is think and you say, I am going to challenge myself to sign up 1 retail customer a day, watch how quickly your business grows and thrives. It's a lot easier to get a retail customer than it is an associate, correct? Yes. And it's a lot easier to have an associate on fire that was a retail customer that upgraded, that now understands the amount of passion and power that they have to patch people's lives, and all they have to do is put patches on people. That's it. So I challenge every single one of you that if you're in that stuck moment, to shift your focus and watch what it does for your business. Nina, back to you.
Perfect, perfect. Jonathan, most people, if they would just, if honestly, if you just put a patch on somebody, it solves all of our problems. The more you patch and patch some more. And I would encourage you, you also have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? How far are you willing to go? So maybe if you are only willing to go 5-mile radius outside of your house, then you can only expect 5-mile radius blessings in your business. I'm going to say that one more again. If you're only willing to go 1-mile radius outside of where you live, then you can only expect to have a 1-mile blessing in your business. But if you know that, hey, if you're within 20 miles of where I live in this zip code, whatever, you don't have to give people your address, but you can post, I live in the 19554 area code. I'm just making it up. So don't be like, well, Nina, we focus on the wrong things. I made it up. All right. And you say, I'm going to patch 5 people this week if you're within 25 miles of this zip code. They will start looking up to see how far they are from you. And guess what they're going to do? Me, choose me, pick me. But how bad do you want it? And how much are you willing to sacrifice to be able to get what you say you want? Tracy DeLoach has a sling on her arm. Jonathan, she was out patching people because guess what? She said, I can't do the stability test because she's in a case right now. But you know what she can do? She could put a patch on somebody that can barely walk, because somebody that can barely walk doesn't require a stability test. It is more powerful for you to get the video of the person that can barely walk than it is to do. I don't understand why people are still, let me just go ahead and do this little soft stability test on you. For what? They can barely walk. That video is more powerful than a person doing a, don't do a stability test on somebody that can barely walk. Put multiple patches on them. You might need to put 5 on one side and 5 down the other. It is an investment that you're making in your business. And in return, it is a video that you record that may go viral. It may go viral. And that is the way we got to think about it. This video may go viral. So let me just get a good video, tell a good story. If someone's in pain, I don't need to do a stability test on somebody in pain. I need to get the person out of pain. Does this make sense? I'm not doing a stability. What do you think is going to sell more? A video of them not being in pain or a video of me doing a stability test on them? Nobody cares about a stability test on a person that can barely get up out of a chair, that can barely walk, that had a speech impediment or shakes or tremors and all of that stuff. We have to understand I'm not doing a stability test on somebody that is in pain. I am trying to get them out of pain. Because nobody cares about that. People are watching for the stories. They're watching to see, how does this play out? Does this really work for them? Does this make sense, everybody? Stories sell. Facts tell, but stories sell. So why do I get multiple customers every single day? Not because one video goes viral, but because customers are coming to me every day. That is because I am constantly telling the story. In between, I'll put up a little couple of stability tests in between the stories, but the stories are going to sell. Oh my gosh, I know somebody that walks like that. Oh my gosh, I know somebody that's in pain. Oh my gosh, I know somebody in a wheelchair. Oh my gosh, I know somebody on a cane. Oh my gosh, I know somebody that. Those are the things that sell. Facts tell, stories sell. In January, I will do a training for us. I taught the leaders. I will do a training on storytelling. All right, everybody? And I will help you understand the difference between telling a story and storytelling. Is that all right? I'm going to do that, not today, but in January. All right? Not today. We got enough to talk about today. All right? And I'm not rushing through this training today. So if you have to get off, I understand, but I'm going to give you what I got. Okay? Me and Jonathan talked earlier and he was like, all right, well, I'm in. We're going to give them what they need. All right. But I want you to write that down. And I want us to really start thinking when we're doing our stability test. If you see somebody is barely making it, and you're going to take somebody that's frail, fragile, barely can stand up and say, now let me give you a stability test. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm looking at the videos like, why? Why? Just why? Almost to the point where some people pulling the people almost they about to fall. I'm watching that. And if you know somebody is frail and you just don't want to listen to us tell you not to do a stability test on them and you just got to do it anyway, why would you not just be real gentle? Like, hey, gentle, but not, let me pull you down. No, because I'm watching people almost put people on the ground. That is not what we're here to do. We're here to make people better. And to the point where, and then some people are posting the video of the person looking at them crazy, like, what are you doing here? So now they looking at you crazy. And because you're not pushing down, you're pulling people this way. After you put the patch on them, they not even staying still and you're still posting the videos. And they're looking at you like, well, I moved. Y'all know we see in the videos, right? So we keep telling you to go study the video that I've even sent it to people. Here's the video of our CEO showing you how to properly perform a stability test. We literally just push down. And then you do have to push down a little bit like the second time. But if a person is frail, it is more powerful that you get a video of them not being frail or walking straighter or standing up straighter. Does everybody understand that? It is going to be much better for us to catch them like that and not in pain and things like that versus falling over, fumbling, not standing straight. Everybody got that? The quality of what we got to think about what we're showing the public. If the video is not good to me, I don't post it. I don't post it. If I felt like it just didn't do what I needed it to do, I don't post it. Cuz it's just no point in doing that. I know I did the stability test. There's no need in me posting a video that is not a quality form of content. Does that make sense, everybody? Because it's right, you'll do more damage than good. All right. So let's talk about that retail right now. If you're going to retail, our CEO said it himself. Oh, my sample bags are in the other room. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. The sample bags we can get in our back office for $40 for 100 sample bags. They don't have patches in them. We'll say it again. You got to put the patches inside of them. Okay. You're not going to get 100 bags of patches. They're in my takeaway bag, my to-go bag. You're not going to get 100 bags of patches with patches in them. That's not what, but it is our job to take those sample bags and put patches in them and even, thank you, check the back of the packs and let people know what patches they are actually purchasing. All right, that's what those little circles are for. And then our CEO himself said, sell a patch for $5. Be like Herbalife, right? Where they sold a shake experience. We're selling a patch experience. And then we got to make sure we don't eat our seed. Let me say that one more time. We have to make sure we don't eat all of our seed. What else do? I sell 3 for 10. Then I'll sell 20 for 55. It's just what I do. Do you have to do that? No. But let's not overcharge either. Because what will happen is when you overcharge, people will start looking for people that are selling it much less than you. But you also can't undercharge so that you're not undercutting all of your teammates unless we're doing a flash sale. I will tell you, I never post my prices, just like Mercedes-Benz doesn't post their prices on their commercials. Do y'all see that? Do you see that? And you never ever see a commercial for a Rolls-Royce or a Lamborghini. Why? Why do you never see a commercial for a Rolls-Royce? Anybody know why? Why do you never see, why is it that you never see the value? No, I'm going to tell you why. Let me tell you why, Jonathan. Let me tell you why you never see a commercial for a Rolls-Royce. Yes, Pastor, they know the value, but let me tell you why. They don't want everybody buying their cars. Come on. Okay, somebody, let me stand up because that just made me excited. They don't want everybody. It's not about the price being high. See, we're thinking incorrectly. They understand the value of their car and everybody is not their customer. Do we understand that? Everyone is not their customer. So I don't get offended when somebody messages me and says, well, I mean, these products are for seniors. And I mean, the products are for seniors. I mean, the price is too high. They're on fixed incomes. I don't get offended, Jonathan, because guess what? That means that they're not our customers. Does everybody understand that? Now, you're going to say, well, I mean, I thought that that's who our products were for. They are for people who can afford them. And that is not a shade thing. That is not you have to understand the value of what we have. The value of what we have, the MSRP states that one pack of patches, let me grab them, one pack of devices is worth $99. Let me say it like this. Let me help him. Let me help him. Let me help him, Father John. Let me help him. If this pack of patches right here is going to stop you from tremors, stop you from shakes, and help you walk without falling, is there a price that we could put on that? Pastor Sean, she like, no, she about to fall out the chair. Like, no. If I know that I have somebody in my life that now is no longer in a wheelchair, and do we really believe that $65 or $69 or whatever the price is too expensive for someone who could not walk? Now they can walk. Are we, I mean, Pastor Sheila Ingram, am I telling the truth here? Like, you couldn't walk before, and now you can walk. And I'm scared to say, well, the manufacturer suggested pricing is $99 a pack. However, we can get you up to 47% off on your very first order. Well, what is it going to be? $99 a pack when I move forward? No, actually, if you become a valued member, you can get membership pricing. Now, what kind of pricing will depend on what kind of member you choose to be. Whether you choose to be a retail member or whether you choose to be an associate ambassador style member. Did y'all just hear what I said? I'm giving you the game. I'm telling you what to say. If you don't find the value or hear the value in what I'm sharing with you right now, I don't know what to tell you. But you can choose, you choose the pricing, you choose what you want to pay. You choose that you either want to be a member, a customer priced, and you want to be at customer pricing, or you want to be at ambassador pricing. You choose. Well, does that, I don't want to work the business. I don't want to build the team. Well, you don't have to. But the reality of it is when people who used to see you walk with a crutch no longer see you with a crutch, they're going to ask questions. Do you want me to take their sales, or would you rather them be able to purchase from your referral, from your mouth? You're the one that's going to do all the work in referring your cousin, your auntie, your grandma, your dad, your neighbor, your coworker, your doctor, your doctors, your doctor. Because doctors now, Jonathan, are starting to ask us, what's going on with it? Why are you walking? You weren't walking and now you're walking. And I know that you've been on the walker for the last 2 years. How did you walk into this office without the walker? Do we now understand leverage? Everybody say leverage. Everybody say leverage. Come on, everybody say leverage, value. Leverage, value. We need to help you today see the value in what we have. We have a device. I had to say it in Dallas, Jonathan. We have a device that is making people walk. We have a device that is making people talk. We have a device that is causing people to have their right mind. We're not making a medical claim. We're just saying we have a device that's changing people's lives of all ages, from infants to seniors and everybody in between. We have a device. We are in front of a wellness revolution. And I just can't keep quiet about it. I got to tell everybody. I got to scream it to the mountaintop that we have a device. And it starts with liberty. We're talking about real liberty and freedom and justice for all from their health. Are we kidding right now? We have a device. Posture up. Jonathan told us the other day, posture is going to be important going into 2020. And it is. Posture is not important in 2026. It's important now. Who are you? Whose are you? Well, guess what? Everybody in this call right now needs to understand you are the chosen ones. You're a royal priesthood, a chosen generation. You ought to say, I'm the chosen one. We are the chosen ones. We're leading the wave with a device that is giving people freedom. Now I could take an offering. Y'all write it in the comments. Boom, I'm a chosen one. I'm the chosen one. What we do today, what we do, understanding the back office kind of stuff. Okay, all right. This is one weekend we got to do this. The rest of the month, you walking around with your head high. I have a device. And if they reject you, go to somebody else. Go to the next person. Then go to the next person. You, my dears, are the chosen ones. I'm a chosen one. Not everyone was called to the beginning of this movement and mission. You didn't just see a video on social media by accident. You are called to the Patch 1 Million mission. You're called to it. You're called to it. You didn't just go to an event and get a patch put on you and they did a stability test. And no, you're called to this movement. You're called to the mission. So this is the passion you hear. Jonathan said she's so passionate. I am, because I have watched people get out of a wheelchair. And you saw it too. And how dare us see it? And then we sitting around talking about life us. How do you think the person feels on a crutch, on a walker, in a wheelchair, laying in a bed that hasn't moved? How do you think my client, whose mother was a double amputee, nonverbal, Jonathan, I hope y'all saw the video. Nonverbal, a double amputee, in pain, laying in the bed, hasn't been able to move her body, Jonathan, puts a patch on, and now she's saying, moving her arms. How do we see that and not go tell somebody, come here, baby, come here, let me put a patch on you?
And do you think for 1 minute that she's worried about the price point?
No.
Of what it costs? Do you think for 1 minute that she's going to experience that and think for 1 second that there's no way that she's not going to find the means to be able to have a better quality of life? And what I don't understand, Nina, what I don't understand is why all of these professional chosen ones that are on this Zoom cannot get comfortable with having conversations with people and being real and asking them, so you're telling me that you're not worth $47.50 a month? That you're not worth the quality of life for $60? So what you told me is that you have slept better than what you slept in the past 15 years, putting the patch on for the past 2 nights, but you can't afford to get these patches while talking to me on the phone with your nails done. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Why can't we be comfortable having conversations with people and just being blunt and honest with them and showing them that it is okay to make yourself a priority, that it is okay to figure out how to live a better quality of life by putting these patches on? Make it make sense. That's it. That's all we have to do. When people inbox me and ask me questions about the patches and how much it costs, and then they say, oh, I can't afford it, then I send them a quick message back. So you're telling me that after your interest was piqued, that now you are not worth a better quality of life? Question mark. Oh, whoa, hold up. Because from what I understand, Sally, if she's on here, she loves whenever I use that word. Yeah, she's on here. Sally, is that you aren't worth $100. That your quality of life, better sleep, no contraindications, no side effects for you, for your kids, for your dad, for your mom, for your aunt, for your uncle, for your grandparents, is not worth $100. But them nails sure do look cute. That new hair that you just got done, that new iPhone 77 that you're talking to me from, right? Make it make sense. Posture and leverage. We have a device that can change people's lives. Have an honest conversation with people. The young lady that I was talking to yesterday, she said, how would I approach this person that's had a great experience? Just have a regular conversation. Stop overthinking it and make them understand that they are worthy to receive a better quality of life if they choose to. But they have to make that decision. That leverage, that posture, that conversation is everything. The reason why Miss Nina is so passionate, because she literally had a woman standing in front of her that had a speech impediment stopped after the patches. She had a lady that had so much going wrong with her in Flint, Michigan, that her feet hurt, her legs hurt, she was in so much pain, start running in front of the stage and said, I just want to run. all of you that are on this Zoom has had some type of experience with these patches, with these devices, but you just have to have a conversation with people on a approachable level that just makes sense, right? Just be real with them. Just be real. Stop overcomplicating it. Well, I could stand up right now too, but I don't have the incredible Paul Moore to raise up my microphone and change the view and everything else. I see
I
you,
got
Paul. I see
Grace
you
and
doing
Paul
work.
here. They keep running back and forth. All right, so listen. Listen, all right. The holding tank is so important because we could be y'all done got me stirred. I done got hot. Okay. The holding tank is so important. And here's what we need to understand. The holding tank is like this invisible tank. All right. It's not like a real tank. It's just a page where when you enroll people, they go to what's called the holding tank. What does that mean? That means instead of going to your graphical tree, your tree, what is the tree? Let me show you what I mean by a tree. The tree is this. This is the tree. Okay. When you see the box U plus, like if you're a team leader, well, that's the vice president chart. Let me see. Okay, here's a managing director chart. Okay. When you look at a managing director chart, it's you plus two directors and a team leader. All right. So what is the tree? When you open up and you go to commissions tab, you scroll down and go to graphical downline. Okay, everybody write that down. Commissions tab, graphical downline. When you go to your graphical downline, this is what it looks like. All right. It looks like this. You're going to see a bunch of names. Now, what's very important for us to understand, because we gotta place these people today. Okay. You don't want to randomly place people. What you want to do, let's talk. I'm going to just pull his name out because he's on this call and he's brand new. Pastor Lawrence Knighton. All right. So Pastor Knighton, what he should do is he should pull out his director chart, not his team leader chart. Why? Because he is already a team leader. Does everybody understand that? And because he's already a team leader, he needs to print out the director's chart, and he needs to decide. He has to, number one, decide what 3 people he wants on his front line. I'm going to pull Jonathan off till he's ready to come back, y'all. All right? He has to decide what 3 people he wants on his front line. After he decides what 3 people he wants on his front line, okay? Then after that, what he's going to do is he can structure his people underneath those 3 people, but not just randomly structure them in a way where he's making sure as he's moving forward that he's making sure he structures himself a managing director or a director organization. So if he's going to structure a director's organization, as a director, he would need 2 team leaders. He's still going to make sure he puts 3 people front line, because after director, he needs a 3rd leg of business up and running. Everybody got that? So we're starting with 3 legs of business. All right. Were you getting ready to pull something up?
I'll just turn your logo to your back so you can bring that up.
Oh, it's okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
It's okay. All right. So what does that mean? That means that this is going to be you, whatever your name is, then you're going to need 3 legs of business, right? Now, we do know senior associate only requires 2 of these legs. All right. It's going to be a little confusing for you until you start building. All right. And senior associate only requires these 2 and 540 in volume, which we already talked about where the volume comes from. Right. Then team leader, 2 legs of business. You need these 2 people to be a senior associate. And it's also going to be confusing if you're not looking at your back office, looking at the graphical downline. If you haven't enrolled somebody, if you haven't printed these out, you got to study them just like anything else. And you need this person also to be a senior associate. Senior associates have 540 volume total. But in order for you to be a senior associate, moving forward in structure, this now they have to have at least 2 packs of patches ordered to have 120 personal volume. Everybody got that? Everybody got that? Everybody that has people in the holding tank, this is important. All right? This is very important. Now, I know we're saying, well, why am I putting that third leg of business over there? Because after team leader is 3,000 volume. It is you. You have to have personally at least 120 points, 120 volume. And then your two senior associates to be a team leader, you need 3,000 volume and these 2 legs of business. Does everybody have that? Now, you've already team leader. You want to go director. If you want to go director, all right, put this back. You still need 120 points. But now you need 11,000 volume. And in order to go director, what do we need? We need these 2 people who were senior associates to go team leader. What is a team leader? A team leader is a person that has 2 people personally enrolled that are senior associates. So in order to go director, now you need 2 team leaders. You need these people to now have 3,000 volume. And you need those 2 people to do what? You need them to have 2 senior associates so that they are team leader with 3,000 volume. Everybody got that? Is everybody seeing this? I haven't even started worrying about that leg, but we're going to. Because if you realistically want to go director, you realistically need to make sure that you're building that third leg of business at the same time. Because you're going to need that leg when you go MD the next rank. This one should also be a team leader. Structure them out. Figure out who your runners are going to be. For instance, and these people have to have what? 540, 540. Now, when you're in a launch like Pastor Lawrence Knighton, I'm using him because we're helping Janet Reese. We're working directly with him, right? He's a friend of ours. He's in ministry. We understand, right? He's got big influence. So we've been working directly with him. I understand the people that he's enrolled. We already know he's going to identify his runners. One of his runners is Dr. Santee. How do we know that she's one of his runners? Well, she joined. She already set up her first event. Boom. She's a runner. She didn't ask any questions. She went and got her own marketing posters done. Boom. She already running. We already know that's going to be one of his viable legs of business. Like Andrea Hill knew that Tamara Bogan's leg was going to be a viable leg of business because Tamara Bogan enrolled the Crumps. The Crumps enrolled Ellery, and it was boom, a viable leg of business. So now if you've got, let's just say this, y'all. Let's say Dr. Santee, you don't want to, as Lawrence, we're going to say that for training's sake, that this is Lawrence, right? Hold on, y'all. Let me stop my phone from going. That this is Lawrence. He doesn't want to put all his eggs in this one basket, correct? Because what will happen is he will be lopsided. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Because in order for him to go direct with him, he needs 11,000 in volume. He's going to need 3 legs of business to move forward to managing director. The next rank is 33,000 in volume. All right. We know he's going to close director with no problem. He should be able to do that with all his personal enrollments. And because this month, the structure is relaxed. But in January, it won't be. Structure is going to be important. And if you need to understand structure, they won't be able to hear me, right? If I go too far, let me go that way. If you need to can y'all still hear me? Okay, good. If you need to understand, it's not important. It's important. So when you're looking at who you're placing today, because we're not doing this tomorrow, when you're looking at who we're placing today, you need to say, what am I looking at in the future? Everybody needs to either print a chart out for their next rank, not your current rank. So if you've already hit director, print out the managing director chart. If you've already hit, and listen, it should scare you. Because you're going to say, oh my God, whoa, hold up, wait a minute. It should scare you. Let me tell you what a goal, GOAL, should do for you. It should excite you and scare you all at the same time. But if you never look at it, you will never accomplish it. So don't print out the chart. Why would we keep a goal of completing what we've already done over and over again? That is not, your brain needs a challenge. So you have to print out the next chart. And if you're that scared, it is because you have yet to go put these devices on people. Because here's the reality. If you put enough devices on people, you could do this 3,000, what? You could do that by yourself. Ask Pastor Sean. She'll call me and say, girl, I did $1,100 in sales today. I did $900 in sales today. I did $1,300 in sales today. I did $500 in sales today. Sean Tyrone Bell. I went to church today. I sold $535 worth of patches today at church. At church. Team leader, 3,000 volume, y'all. You can do this by yourself. Every one of us can do this by ourselves. When we post every day and don't take vacations because we lifing. Because life is lifing for the person that is in the wheelchair too, that needs our help. Okay? So after 11,000 volume, director, this is director. The next rank is, I'm gonna just draw another one. The next rank is what? 33,000. 33,000. Managing director. All right, is you. 3 legs of business. You need a director, and a team leader. You need 11K. Let me just put it here, 11K. Let me erase this over here. 11K and 3,000. All right? Everybody see this? This is what we need for managing director. Now, we know that these structures right here, these structures require other people. A team leader requires what? 2 senior associates. 540. Right? A director requires what? 2 team leaders, which is why I'm trying to help everybody understand that we build, and these are senior associates. They have 2 people, okay? And everybody needs 120 personal volume. And if we understand the build, these 2 team leaders, these need 3K, this needs 3K, and these 2 team leaders need what? Senior associates, right? I'm sorry, these 2 directors need 2 team leaders. The 2 team leaders need 2 senior associates. Every structure built in this organization starts from a what? From what rank? Right. I need them to say it too. From a SA, from a senior associate. And if we understand that it is that simple, that 540, y'all, one senior, we can do this with our eyes closed. If we understand that every rank stems from a senior associate. So here's what has to happen, because we got to move these people today. All right. And the way that we move them, we can't even move them until you first do this. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get the right thing up so I can find it. Let me show you. Okay. All right. I can still get in that. I'm back office. Here we go. I'm gonna bring Jonathan back up in a minute. Share. All right, here we go. You have to go to commissions. Can everybody see this? I'm in the back office again. We go to commissions. This is very important for all of you that have people in your holding tank. You have to go to commissions. You go to graphical downline. Y'all see this? Okay, I can do Ishmael, right? In order for you to get help, we cannot help you until you do this. You need to go to everybody on your front line, okay? Raynetta, Ishmael, whoever you have on your front line, all the people that sitting across your front line. All right, this is especially for those of you that are new. See this little arrow right here at the bottom of their name? Does everybody see the little arrow? Yes or yes? Let me see some heads bobbing. Yes, I see it. Okay. Click the arrow. When you click the arrow, you go to rep details. It pops up on the left-hand side. Does everybody see that? How it popped up on the left-hand side? Then what you do is you go to the view rank requirements. This is just the easiest way I do it, right? Are there other ways? I'm sure there are. But this is super simple, all right? Click on view rank requirements and it'll show you what the volume is. What is this person's volume? 4,585. Do y'all see that? So what we need from you when you're talking about, hey, I need help placing my people. I need help. First of all, you would have had to print out a chart or draw it out. If you don't have a printer, what did I just do, Andrea? What did I do? I drew it on the board, right? We already know the charts are in the boards app. So all you got to do is open the boards app, take a piece of notebook paper out of a book, because you should have notebooks for the end of the month, closeout. All right? And then this is the only time it's going to feel like business. I promise you. All right? All the rest of the month, all we doing is patching and rolling people. We are not worried about it to the end of the month. You want to make sure you draw your chart out or print it out. Whatever rank you are trying to close out this month. All right? You know that you need to have structure, bodies based on the rank charts we just showed you from the boards app. You're going to write down the volume of every person that you personally sponsored. There's no other way that we can assist you if you don't write down the volume of the person that you personally sponsored. You cannot come to us and then we got to go through your whole organization. We don't have the time for that. There's way too many people. There are 20,000 people on our teams. We're trying to teach you what to do based on the chart. Everybody understand that? If you don't know your volume, you should know your volume. You should know the volume of every person you personally sponsored. It's not your sponsor's job to know that. It is your job to know that. It is your business. It doesn't even matter if 3 people were placed to you. You don't go and create 3 more legs. What you do now is you put your people under those legs. Do we understand that? So let's just say you already have 1, 2, 3, or maybe you got 2 people placed to you, and you enrolled 3 people. Well, you're going to leave one of them frontline, and then you're going to look at the volume of the people in the other areas, and you're going to see, where's this volume coming from? We can look for leverage. Maybe you talk to one of those people. Hey, I have 2 people to place. If you can get one person in by tonight, can we get somebody on the phone? Can we share a video with somebody? The video from last night, the replay. You can go on my YouTube. Don't ask me for no videos. They're on my YouTube. Go on my YouTube and grab a video. Look up my name on YouTube. You will find the videos. Tons of them. Share a video. Say, hey, I got 2 people I need to move. I'm going to give you 3 hours, 4 hours to go through your top 5 people and offer them a position in your organization, and I'll give you one of my people. You don't just give the people away, which is why this is getting done today. We're not helping anybody place anybody tomorrow. So if you missed the beginning of this training, you're going to get the replay off of my YouTube and you're going to watch this. Because we've been teaching since 1 o'clock. So these are the structures. They're all in the boards app. Where are the charts found? Where are these charts found? Where are these charts found? Because we're not going to do this for everybody every month. We're teaching it so you learn it. They're in the boards app. You need to print out or write out or draw out whatever chart for the next rank. Okay? And then you need to go and you need to assess, what is your volume? We just showed you how to find your volume. You're going to look for what your volume is. You're going to look for the volume of everyone that you personally sponsored. You're going to write it down. You're going to write it down. All right? And that way, and once you fill out your chart, you have to think through it before you go to your sponsor. What 3 people do you want on your front line? Then you go with those 3 people. Out of the 3, who's running? Because you're only placing runners on your front line. You're not going to place people that you got to beg them to place an order every month. Hey, you didn't run your smart ship. Well, today is the last day of the month. What are we doing? Because today is closeout for us. Not tomorrow, today. All right? So it's all math. Everybody say math. This is simple math. Well, Nina, what do you mean? What do you mean that this is simple math? Well, let's just say you log into your back office and you know that MD is 33,000 volume. And let's just say you look in the back office and your volume is 25,000. I get this message all the time. Nina, I see that I'm close to managing director. What do I need to do to get to managing director? What does this person need to do to get to managing director? Y'all show me. It's simple math. 33,000 minus 25,000. How many people do you have working in your organization? If you're trying to go managing director, you probably have at least a significant organization. That means you got to talk now to your team. Hey, we know that our prices are getting ready to change. And because they're getting ready to change, do we all desire to go ahead and invest in a $12.99 pack so that we have inventory going into January at 2025's pricing? If you just got a few people to go in and get a $12.99 pack, that will be done. Or if you get on the phones today and start closing people that are on the fence and let them know, hey, you remember that $12.99 pack we talked about? Well, it'll be $15.99 in 2 days. Would you like to go ahead and secure your spot at $12.99? Everybody got that? How do they come up with the volume? Sales. Sales is nothing to ask. Well, I mean, I'm at this, I need to get there. It's all math. How do I close this out? Sales. You don't look for your sponsor to do it. It's sales. What volume do you have? What volume do you need to finish it out? Get on the phones. Hey, I'm doing a sale. I'm gonna do a 2 for 100. If you're so let's talk about that. Everybody got this? Take a screenshot of it if you need it. Everybody take a screenshot of your phone, a picture of it or something. All right? Take a screenshot, a picture, something. Because we're going to show you how simple this is to get to what you need to get to. All right? Everybody got the screenshot, right? I'm about to erase it. All right. If you don't have it, get it from somebody else. All right? Because we got to keep moving forward. Now, if you know you need, hold on a minute. If you know you need 8,000 volume, or let's just say, let's not even pick that big of a number. Let's say you need 2,500 volume, right? So if you need 2,500 volume, you basically need two $12.99 packs. Pretty much, right? Pretty much. Now, if you need if you do a $12.99 pack equals 40 packs of patches. This is simple math. Everybody say simple math. I wasn't good at math, but I'm good at this. Now, can you have more than 3 on your front? You can, but why would you do that? I'm telling you not to do that. Unless it was an accident and they got left on your front line, there's nothing you could do about it. Can't be moved. All right? I would not place more than 3. Why? Because then you got a lot of work to do. No, don't, unless you're starting a brand new leg. Okay? Unless you're starting a brand new leg. That's different. Now, if I sell 2 packs at $100, we know that roughly $12.99 is going to be roughly $1,400 with the tax, unless you're in Philadelphia. If you're in Philadelphia, it's like 13 something, okay? But on average, it's about $1,400. If I'm selling 2 packs of patches for $100, how many people do I need to give me $100 to cover $1,400? Or at least most of it. I don't need 15 people. I need 14 people. 14 people at $100 equals $1,400. But I need you to see this. So we got 14 times 2. 14 times 2 only equals 28 packs of patches. Okay? If I got 28, but I'm getting 40. So now I'm doing 40 minus 28 leaves me with 12 packs of free patches. Anybody see this? Anybody see this? Uh-oh. What did I just do? Please tell me I didn't erase it. I didn't. Anybody see this? That you can get yourself a free 12 packs of patches, even if you might not even need the whole 1,400. Maybe you only need 10 people because you're willing to invest the other 400. And if you only get 10 people, then how many packs of patches? Then you're only talking about 20 packs of patches. And now you got yourself 20 packs of patches for $400. Anybody else get this but me? This is what we do. So we pre-sell sometimes so that we can place an order. We got this? This is called smart. I need everybody to understand how simple this is. So that is why we do flash sales. For 2 for $100 is a flash sale plus shipping. Because at the 2025 pricing, you only paid $34 a pack. And we gotta stop looking at, well, what's my profit? Well, what's my profit? Your profit is you got 12 packs of free patches or 20. Do you understand what your profit is? So now you either gonna sell these for samples or use them for yourself. Does everybody get this? This is how we run the play. Everybody at this? So this is how we do $12.99 packs over and over and over again. So if somebody only needs 2,500 points to close out director, you need to, how about this? How about you and some other teammates split the cost of a $12.99 pack and y'all split it in half and you get 20 patches and they get 20 patches. Hello? Hello, are we seeing how we make this happen? This is how we make this happen. Questions on this? Does anybody have questions on this? Just this. Because this is ingenious right here. Okay, this is what we do. This is what we do. So when you see us running a flash sale, it's either we're selling inventory, we've purchased it from a $25.99 pack, or that we're pre-selling, okay? Pre-selling. You don't even have to have the packs in stock. So let's just say maybe you want to pre-sell a metabolism pack. Everybody knows that in January, and maybe you should take people on a 30-day challenge with you, okay? With Ignite, Kick It, and Peace. Everybody got that? So if you take people on a 30-day challenge with you and get them to pre-order, and you don't have to start it on the 1st. You can say you're starting on the 15th. Hey, on the 15th of January, we're going to give everybody some time to get past the resolutions that people start on January 1st. And so on the 15th of January, I'm going to be starting a 30-day challenge. I am pre-selling. And if you want to pre-sell this pack, do it for like $140. Your goal is to get these people to buy the product. Or even if you just do Kick It and Ignite, 2 for $100. Can I get 14 people to do a 30-day challenge with me? Does everybody got this? No, they do not go to your back office to buy patches from you to get this. This is, you have to collect the money. Because I know that that's going to be the next question. Well, I don't see it in the back office. This is not in the back office. This is retail. Okay? Retail meaning you collect the money. Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, Square Register, whatever. All of those ways that you can collect the money from people. You pre-sell it. And then you start a 30-day challenge and start it on the 15th of the month. Everybody got this? We're at the top of the year. We're reducing stress. Anybody want to go on the 30-day challenge with me? We're at the top of the year. We want to do 10,000 steps. Anybody want to go on a challenge with me? We're going to do 10,000 steps. We're going to be using the Victory and the Boost patch. 2 for $100. Join my walking club. We're going to do 10,000 steps. I'm trying to give y'all good marketing. I am giving you the play right here. I'm giving you $1 million plays right here. So I'm going to do 2 for $100. You'll be getting, and what you do is you go to ChatGPT and you give them a weekly meal plan that ChatGPT creates for you that is low carb. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm starting a 10,000 step walking club. We're going to launch on January the 15th. I'm going to get people to walk 10,000 steps with me using our Victory and Boost patch. I need a 7-day meal plan to give my people who join the challenge with me so that you offer them something for free. Join the challenge and I will give you a free 7-day meal plan along with affirmations, along with this, along with that. Do we understand what we do? I'm trying to show you how to market. This is how you market. You don't just sell. You're marketing a system with a strategy, something for them to follow. And then what you do is put them in a little group chat. Put them in a little group chat on WhatsApp or Telegram or Facebook and call it your 2026 30-day patch 1 million step club. Yep. I mean, I don't even know what else to tell. I'm giving you $1 million plays right now. And once you do that, put them in one place where you can give them the information that ChatGPT is going to create for you. Everybody got that? I'm trying to sell you. This is how I sell. Okay? Without selling. You market. We got it? This is it. Yes.
My question is, when people pre-sale, obviously the money that you receive from customers, you're putting it in your back office and ordering it for them, right?
You're not ordering it for them. You're collecting it to get a $12.99 pack. I literally just said that. It does not go in the back office. You're ordering a $12.99 pack. You're waiting for all of these packs to come into your possession, and then you're going to ship them to the people, which is why you're charging them $110 so that you can cover your shipping. Everybody got this? I'm trying to tell you how to market this. We're going into the new year. So in the new year, what are we doing new? To market so that you're not just going after stability test after stability test after stability test. Now you're going after people to join a community with you to fall in love. Oh, you know what? Everybody that joins my 10,000 step walking club is going to get 5 free days of the peace patch. Or whatever. 5 free days of the blah, blah, blah patch. We got it? Matter of fact, for those of you joining my walk club, you're going to get victory and ignite a victory and whatever. I said boost, right? I'm going to give you 5 free days of the ignite patch. It's all marketing. You don't go in and buy 2 packs at a time. That defeats the purpose of me telling you to get a $12.99 pack. I said buy a pack. You buy a pack for volume. Why did I tell you to buy a pack? For volume. Because $12.99 gives you $12.99. And remember we said you need 2,500 volume. $12.99 gives you what? 25, it gives you 20, what, 20, 12, 13 and 30 is 2,600. So you're going to have more volume than what you need if you get 2 $12.99. If you get 2 people in your team to do $12.99 packs. Everybody feel me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I'm the retail queen. Listen, I done taught many of people in the industry how to sell, how to retail. So I didn't sell the patches. Oh, Jonathan, I see. Did they see that I didn't sell the patches? What did I sell? What did I sell? I sold, you're joining my walk club. I sold, you're starting the new year on January 15th. We're going to go on a 30-day purge using Ignite and Kick It. And I'm going to give you 5 free days of the peace patch. Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? I didn't sell 1 patch. I sold Join My Movement. I sold a system. And that is how I generate sales over and over, over and over and over and over again. We got this. So how do we now? Are y'all picking up what you put down? Okay, so it's volume. This is how we generate volume. And if you want a flyer for your movement, for your movement that starts on January 15th, and I already gave y'all the date. I told you, why did I say 15th? Because you got to give yourself time to get the product in and get it shipped out. If I were you, I would ship it priority mail to make sure they get it before the 15th. So you build up to January 15th. And you go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT what kind of flyer you need made and let ChatGPT make it for you if you don't know how to use Canva. All right, y'all. We got this. We got everybody understand this now? Volume, structure. Now, Jonathan, you wanna I'm gonna bring you up so I could just take a breath for a minute so that you could talk about the holding tank and how they can actually place the people from the holding tank. I'm replacing my pen. Floor is yours, buddy.
I was sitting there typing a long type in the chat. And then during that system, during that process, motivate them by giving them a month's supply of patches for their reward. Why? Because you're investing back into your business and it keeps them motivated, it keeps them inspired, but you're reinvesting back into the business. So now they have more patches to be able to get other people on the movement. Because whenever they see results from the system that was just implicated, guess what's going to happen? Oh, now I've got Pastor Sean, now I've got Gail, now I've got Andrea that want to join what I'm doing because they're seeing the results. And now they have patches to be able to put on them in order for them to join what you're doing. It's brilliant. And then at the end, you can do some type of big giveaway, but it keeps them engaged. It keeps them motivated to incentivize them, to reward them. But don't just do cash or do something of that nature. Give them more patches, invest back into your business, because again, it is a business expense that you can write off. Anybody on here like paying taxes? Put a number 5 in the chat if anyone on here likes paying taxes. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 24 years old. Let me tell you, there's not a number 5 that's going to show up in that chat because nobody likes paying taxes. So it's a way that you can write off because it's samples for your business. So now we're going to talk about the holding tank and how powerful your holding tank is. I have it on speaker view. I don't like speaker view. I want to see all your wonderful faces. There we go, gallery view. So, number 1, write this down. Never reward bad behavior. Never reward bad behavior. What do I mean by saying that? With your holding tank, you have the opportunity to place people underneath people in your organization. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to reward bad behavior by giving people something that they did not work for. For instance, Allison Huggins, Jermaine Temmy Clark, they came in on the dollar enrollment as an associate. They each bought 2 packs of patches, and they're in my holding tank. I signed them up in December. They have yet to sign anybody up. They haven't done anything from a business standpoint. And now I also have Tracy Davis Deloach in my holding tank on a $12.99 pack. Why would I place Tracy underneath one of those people who haven't done anything in the business? I'm going to gift them my hard work of 1,300 in volume and place them under somebody who has 120 in PV. That's going to reward bad behavior. Because then Tammy or Jermaine and Allison, whoever gets that, is going to be like, oh, well, I don't have to do any work. I'm going to have people placed underneath me. And then all of a sudden, they hit senior associate, 540 in volume, 2 active associates on their team. And now they've hit a rank and their paycheck has gone up. And then they have a sense of entitlement. You have rewarded bad behavior. So, Jonathan, how do I get people that are in my holding tank that have one order? And I have a $12.99, or I've got a Pan Am kit of $5.49, or I've got an Omni kit. How do I get them to work? Anybody on here like incentives, rewards, carrots? Anybody? Let me see some fire in the chat if you guys like incentives.
I do. What you got for me, Jonathan? What you got? Look.
Girl, I stopped incentivizing you a long time ago because I know you're going to do it. I'm just going to, show up to Dallas and say, oh, that cost $150. Go ahead and give her one. Go ahead and give her one. Oh, she likes pink. Let's get her a Louis Vuitton pink purse. Done. So a lot of you like incentives. The way that you can maximize your volume and your holding tank is by, she said it earlier, leverage. Leverage. This is how you maximize your holding tank. Three-step process. Number one, it's your business. You have to treat it like a business. So you have to have conversations with the people who joined you. So number one, you need to write this down. Your associates is your responsibility. Number one, your associates is your responsibility. They joined you. They spent money with you because they know you, loved you, trusted you, saw you on Facebook, reach out, whatever the case may be. Your associates is your responsibility. Number one. And it's a business, so you have to treat it like a business. So if they joined you and they signed up and spent XYZ amount of money with you, then why do we have a problem having a normal conversation with those people? What do you mean, Jonathan? A normal conversation. Hey, Betty. Hey, Sally. I'm so glad that you joined this movement. You could have been a customer, but you chose to do this as a business. I'm reaching out to you today to offer you an incentive. Step number two. I have put you in a contest with another associate. The first person who goes out and sponsors an associate on a 549 kit or higher, whatever the case may be, whatever volume you need to hit that rank, is going to be rewarded with an associate that I signed up. I did the work, and I want to gift you an associate for doing the work. So then, same conversation with Betty. So now Sally and Betty are in competition with each other. So then Sally messages me and says, oh, I signed up an associate on a $9.99 kit. Congratulations, Sally, you won the contest. Now I go into my holding tank and I can move that person underneath Sally because Sally did the work. Number three, it doesn't stop there. I need all of you to understand this. There's some new people on here. With our compensation plan, when you personally sponsor an associate, they are on your level one. Everybody put level one in the chat. They're on your level one. Understand this. This is massive for the growth of your organization. You can literally have 3 people in your holding tank and you could generate $12,000 to $15,000 in volume if you do this correctly. They're on your level one. If you reward somebody and you move them to your level 2, level 3, level 4, no matter where you move them in your organization, you never lose personal sponsorship of that associate. Anybody know how much percentage you make off of your personally sponsored associates? 15%. So even if I sponsored Sally and I moved her 3 levels down, now she's on my 4th level, I'm still making 15% commission, level 1, off of Sally, even though she's on my 4th level. You don't lose personal sponsorship of your associates that you personally sponsor. You never give up or lose that sponsorship or that percentage of 15%. Darnell Pearson, it is massive. I've never been a part of a network marketing company that's done this. If you move somebody 3 or 4 levels deep, you lose that sponsorship, and of course you lose out on percentage of commissions. Not the case here at Super Patch, the way the comp plan is designed. So number 3 is massive. Step number 3. So Sally just signed up that person. She won the contest. So I'm on the phone with Sally. Congratulations, you won the contest. I'm now going to place a person underneath you. Sally's excited. Sally, how would you like to double your volume and your commission check this month? Yeah, I want to. Great. Let's get on the phone with your new person. New person gets on the phone. Hey, Robin, I'm so excited that you joined this incredible Super Patch movement. Listen, you're new, you're brand new, you don't know what's going on, but we have an exciting incentive for you because you just joined, and we have to get this done before the end of the month. If you go out and personally sponsor one person on a 549 pack or higher, we're going to reward you with an associate underneath you, and you're going to make commission off of that associate from the jump in everything that they do from here on out in your organization. You're going to make commissions off of. How does that sound? Oh, that sounds amazing. I don't even know what I'm doing. My hair's on fire. Great. As soon as you get that done, give a call to Sally and we'll congratulate you. No, 25% commission, Kirby, is on retail sales. 25% is retail sales from your customers going to your website. So then Robin goes out. She personally sponsors an associate. Guess what? Congratulations. We place that person underneath Robin, and now you've generated an extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in revenue sales with one person in your holding tank as a carrot. But wait, there's more. See, that's number 3. Betty is still in the contest. She might not have beat Sally, but Betty was still in the contest. So then Betty comes back and she says, hey, I enrolled somebody. So as a sponsor, you need to go out and personally sponsor one more person and say, congratulations, Betty. You also won the contest. I went out and did the work and I had one more person in my holding tank. And now I'm going to gift them to you. But wait, let's get on the phone with your personally sponsored people. Yes, you only need 3 legs to get to the top of the comp plan. But in order for your 3 legs to get to the top of the comp plan, you have to structurally build those out. The reason why I'm teaching you the importance of your holding tank and leveraging your holding tank and not giving anybody anything is because you have to have structure in order to rank advance. Why not treat it as a business and maximize your efforts of the work you've done to get you to that next level, and your team will be winning in the same format? You see, Nina sponsors all sorts of people. Do you think that she's rewarding people who haven't worked? No. Tedra Gordon, Robin Owens, Gail Mathis. You think they're just going Pastor Sean Bell? You think they're just going in and placing random people underneath? No. They're rewarding the people that are working, and they're not randomly placing people underneath legs that aren't moving. This is a way for you to leverage your business and get something out of it. That's what it's about, right? That's what it's about. Now they're going to rank advance. Their paycheck's going to increase. Your paycheck's going to increase, and you're going to rank advance. Is anybody fired up and excited about that mindset and that outlook? Because I promise you, what's going to happen, and we've heard it time and time again, Nina can agree with this. Oh my gosh, I placed a bunch of people underneath this leg, and now they're doing nothing. They're not even active. Yep, Andrea Hill shaking her head right now. I rewarded the bad people. Judy Davis is doing the same thing. Man, I wish I could start over. You can. You can start over. You can start a new leg and reward the right behavior by leveraging your business. Take it serious, right? If you're helping other people rank advance and see success, what's going to happen for your business? Same's going to happen for you, but you have to treat it as a business. There's a lot of ladies on here. Ladies, when you go buy makeup, do they let you take the entire lipstick or the entire makeup out the store without paying for it? No. So why are you letting people take money out of your pocket? Why are you letting people in your organization take makeup without paying for it?
Because can we say right there, it is not our job to build other people's businesses. So if we place someone, it's not because we had to, it's because we wanted to. So we need to make sure people really understand that we don't have to place anyone under any person. We don't have to. It is not that we don't have, it's not a requirement for this business. We do it because we want to build with a person. Now, let me reiterate something you just said, Jonathan. Great. Thankfully, if the person is not active, but we've placed other people under them, thankfully we have compression. All right. So this comp plan compresses up. I would not start a whole new leg if there's life in the leg. If there's life in the leg, I wouldn't start a whole new leg, because now you got to start all the way over to get some momentum going in another leg. Just because the person at the top of that organization or that leg that you put there isn't doing anything, it doesn't mean that there isn't life underneath. So what I would first do is I would identify, is there life underneath? And if there's life in there, maybe you could grab a hold of the life that's in the leg, right? And if there isn't life in the leg, and the last reason, because what's going to happen is this: what if someone in that leg wakes up and now you've built and started a whole fourth leg? Now you're trying to support that fourth leg and the life that might be happening in the leg that you quit on. So that's why you got to have some conversations, because there might be life in the leg and there is compression that will compress up. Everybody got that? So it doesn't mean the leg is like, oh my God, that's just a dead leg. No, it just means that right now we don't know, for whatever reason. Get perfect example, Jonathan. You know Gina Wilson, that's right down here in McDonough, came in blazing. Well, her health has taken a huge turn. But Gina talks to me every single week still. She's still in the game. She hasn't quit. She's still retail. Like she may not be doing like in-person events like we were doing with Sonia Gordon at the wellness spa, like they were in the very beginning, but she's not out the game. I'm not writing her off, because I already saw what Gina was able to do. She's just very, very ill right now, right? She couldn't even travel to Dallas. She's one of the directors that couldn't travel to Dallas because she was that sick, right? So I just need you to understand, we've already said, how many legs of business did we say you should go across? We've already said that multiple times. 3 legs of business. There's no confusion in that. If there is a leg a lot of us are way too early in the business to say the leg is done. We're too early in the business. We haven't even been here a year yet. That's very early in a business. And with what's happening with Super Patch, it doesn't mean that people won't wake up. Also, how you recruit them is also plays a part. If you recruited them by saying, I just need some help, I just need somebody to join me so that they could just be a leg of business, well, that's exactly what you got. You got somebody that just joined you for $1 to be a leg of business, and they had no intention on working the business. Which is why we keep saying, do not make a good customer a bad rep. The language you use when you prospected them, all of those things are important. And if we understand this rule, let's talk about this one more time, right? I know Jonathan's familiar with this. Holton Bugs teaches this, right? All right, let me slide this a little bit this way. All right, we got, it used to be called the 40 rule or the 20-20 rule. All right, and this was based off of a binary, but it's still the same. It doesn't matter. It's all the same with numbers. Holton Bugs taught us that your first 6 to 8 people on both legs, or as far as we're concerned in our total business, your first 6 to 8 people are going to do what? What did I teach y'all already? They're going to do what? Quit. They're going to quit. This is what naturally happens. It is a numbers game. We have to understand network marketing is numbers. And when we get out of our brain that everybody's just going to fall in love with Super Patch and everybody's going to know, everybody's looking for the little shiny little object, the next little fast little company that's coming on board, and then they're going to go to the next thing. Your first 6 to 8 people are going to quit. Your next 6 to 8 people on both sides are going to do what's called incubate. Incubate. What does that mean? That means they're going to place an order. They're never coming to anything. They're never going to get on a training. They're never going to, you know what they're going to do? This is what they're going to do, Jonathan. When you post, let's pray for such and such and such, she lost her mom. boom, here they come. They're in the team groups and chats. They're incubating. And here they come. Everybody's, oh, I'm sorry. My condolences. We're praying for you. And they're commenting, because they're incubating. Your next 6 to 8 people are going to do what's called build it big. B-I-B. Build it big. But guess what? That is build it big. What's build it big to you is not build it big to them. Build it big to you might be you want to go VP. Build it big to them might be I'm just going to buy me a $12.99 pack every month and retail it. Because guess what? There are people that's all they want to do. And when you identify that, I don't force anybody. First of all, I don't force anybody to do anything. Okay? That's number one. Because you cannot coach somebody that's not in the game. So while you're waiting for your coach to reach out to you, we're waiting to see what you do. We can't coach you until we see what you do. So if you won't, go into the Telegram chat. If you won't, get on a training. If you won't, download the Boards app. If you won't, go and watch the video in the Linktree link. And we know based on the questions that you ask us, whether you've done all of those things or not. Okay? If you won't, save your welcome message because it says, save this message for you to have for your future reference. And if you won't do any of those things, there's nothing for us to coach. We coach the people that are in the game with their uniform on the court, with the shoes laced up, not the people that are sitting in the parking lot, waiting for the practice to be over. So you're waiting for us to call you and we're waiting for you to do something. We're waiting for you to post, to patch, record it. Then we can see, oh, let me help them out. That video would look a little bit better if we did X, Y, and Z. Hey, maybe if you change your captions, hey, don't copy our captions. That's going to be bad for your algorithm. Now, it's not rocket science here. So you're waiting on someone and we're waiting on you so that we can see, well, what is your build it big? Build it big for you're going to show us what you want to do. And we will coach you according to what you show us, how you show up. Out of these 40 people, you're going to get, this is a superstar. How many superstars do you think you're going to get out of 40 people? 1, maybe 2. This is the numbers game. When you understand the numbers, you'll stop taking this personal. And you'll understand that this was all a numbers game. Because if everybody wanted to earn $1 million a month, everybody would be doing it. If everybody wanted to earn $10,000 a month, wanting to do it and doing it are two different things. So if someone says, yeah, I want to earn $10,000 a month, but they let life them and they disappeared for a whole month, then they came back, you can't take that. You're showing me what you want. Why are you on the phone with that person that's showing you what they want? So instead of being on the phone with somebody that's actually showing up in the field, doing the work, you are trying to coach this person out of lifing? No way. Not when it is simple as go put a, first of all, you don't have no patches on yourself if you're allowing yourself to go down. You might need 2 joy patches, 2 focus patches, 2 peace patches. If you are allowing yourself, we say we've got the answer or the solution to that, and you are allowing life to take you down, we not putting enough patches on. And I didn't mean that to be like, I'm not trying to be smart. All right? So that's what I'm saying. We cannot coach. We're not coaching effort here. We're not here to coach effort, because this is it's never going to get this simple again. We said this on training the other day. We cannot coach your effort. We can only coach your work ethic, but not your effort. Okay, so I hope we understand this. When we understand these, it's a numbers game. How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop? I just told my age. Okay, because some of the young people are like a Tootsie Roll Pop or what? Okay, this is a numbers game. And if you enrolled a bunch of people right here that you just wanted them to join you because you needed to enroll some people, all of them have quit. Your first, do you know how many people enroll with me that are, I don't even know where they are now because they saw the shiny little object. They had no intention on really building it. I'm not mad. They might come back around. Guess what? Most of them still order patches. So guess what? They're not dead. They're not dead. All right. So Jonathan, we could just go ahead. Should we just take questions now? Because I think we pretty much covered.
Absolutely. There's somebody that just said, CJ said, that's my deal. He's been personal. I'll tell you right now, I have a neighbor that lives 4 houses down. We were going to launch Mexico together. They came in on an Omni kit, a $9.99 kit. Family friends, known them for a long time. Okay. They know what I do as a professional network marketer. They've seen me, they've been around, they understand. They joined, they were fired up, and then they did that right there, what she's erasing.
Oh, quit. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
They quit. And then do you think for one moment that I told myself in self-pity, man, those people trusted me. They spent $1,000 with me. I feel bad because they're no longer doing the business and they didn't make their initial investment back. When I know that I did everything right on my end, do you think that I took it personal? No. And the reason why I didn't take it personal and make it about me is because they knew everything up front of what it took to see success. The only thing that we can't do is motivate or inspire effort and work ethic, like what Miss Nina said. And out of 20,000 people on our team, I can count on my hands and my toes the amount of all stars and superstars. I've only got 10 fingers and 10 toes. So 20,000 people, I can count the amount of superstars. Law of averages, law of numbers. And the only way to make those numbers increase for you is to patch people.
Keep and roll. Yep.
That's it. Because the product does what it's supposed to do. You're just not doing what you're supposed to do. And which is patch as many people as possible. And it's all going to average out. So, yes, we would love to take questions. Feel free.
That's a great question right there. Let me show her. Let me show her. Let me show her. So, eventually you are going to go further than 3 or 4 levels. You have to, right? Especially if you're an enroller. So if this is you, okay, this is you, and this is your first level, okay? Then you got second level, right? Then you got third level. Then you got fourth level. You're not just going deep, you're going wide. Because what you need to see about this is not just going straight down. This is starting to go what? Wide. So although you're enrolling, you're the enroller, remember this is starting to now, look at how wide this is getting. So it's not just deep, it's deep and it's going wide. You understand what I'm saying? This is literally going to keep getting wider and wider and wider. So although you're going maybe 5, 6 levels deep, right? I mean, and you may need to go lower than that. If you find someone that's working, because here's what we got to understand. Our pay is not generated from our personals. It's not coming from level 1. That's not where the volume is. In 95% of the cases, it's not your level 1s that's going to be doing a lot of the work. It's your level 4, 5, 6, 7, right between levels 4 and like 7 and 8. And then sometimes it's going to drop down once your organization grows and grows and grows, and you'll see level 17, level 25. right? Should you not work with, if you had a Jonathan Bryant fall in your level 17, are you not going to go work with Jonathan Bryant? Are you not going to go place to Jonathan Bryant? Because the volume does what, everybody? It rises. All of the volume rises. And what do we get paid off of? Volume. Okay? Now, a lot of times what's going to happen is, let's just say you get a Jonathan Bryant way down on level 17. He's going to end up compressing up. At some point, he's going to compress up. There's a lot of people in between there. And trust and believe, he might start off on level 17. But a year from now, see, we got to think the long game. A year from now, Jonathan might end up on your level 5. Because that's what happens. Go ahead, say it. So what were you going to say, John? I see you guys.
Just like Stanisha and you. I
Right.
was here for almost a year before Stanisha Graham and Nina Moore joined me. Thankfully, Stanisha is level 1 and Nina is level 2 to me.
But that don't happen all the time.
But it wouldn't have happened
wouldn't,
if
right.
I didn't have the credibility, right, of an organization, rank, structure, income, volume for people of that stature to want to join someone who has already proven the work ethic, the leverage, the structure, period. It doesn't happen. And I was after Stanisha for a year. So again, it may not happen. You can't give up. You can't stop. And then once that happens, and just like all the amazing leaders that are on Nina's team, guess what level they are to me?
Right. Right.
Right?
They low.
But it's
Right.
okay because it all goes up and it goes towards that $3 million a month. I mean, our team is probably going to do well over, I'm going to say probably 30, 40 million in sales this year. Our team, you know
Yep.
how powerful that is? Our team to do 30 million, 40 million in sales this year because it all compresses up. Okay,
So here's a good thing though. If you were to get someone that is coming into your organization who is a strong builder, you should put them on your level 1. You should not drop them low out of respect for who they are. Out of respect for who they are. Okay? Everybody got that? But this is the wake-up call to keep building because you just never know. And you never know what a person's capability is or can be, right? After they develop. I joined the industry, Betty, as a rookie. And I ended up being one as a rookie, Jonathan, my sponsor's biggest promoter as a rookie. And why is that? I was ignorance on fire, Jonathan. I had no idea what I was doing. But guess what? My why was so big that I didn't care. See, all of this, nobody taught me this. I didn't even care. I didn't know anything about structure. I had to build 10 legs wide, Jonathan, in my first company. 10 legs wide. In a company where all of the marketing was in Spanish. All of the customer service speakers were Spanish. Where we had to call in and wait on the phone for hours to put an order in. On the phone, there was no way to order on computer. I had no idea about structure, blah, blah, none of that. But I was going through a divorce. I had one son in college, one son in high school, one daughter in elementary school, and I needed extra income. Here's what I need you all to be very cautious about. Stop allowing the reason why you're doing this to be the same reason why you don't do it. Let me say it again. Stop allowing the reason why you're doing Super Patch to be the same reason why you turn around and be like, my husband, he was, my kids, they were, if you're doing this for your kids, then how could you not be doing it for your kids? If you're doing this for your mom, for your dad, then how do you turn around and now make it all about, well, I couldn't get there because, my mom. No, if you're doing this, hey, I need some extra money to pay my car note. And you're doing this to make extra money to pay your car note, and then you don't do it. I don't understand how you use it. You make the same reason why you're doing this, the same reason why you don't do this. Let that one marinate. It's either it's your why or it's not. See, and what I'm learning, Jonathan, my why was so big that is what I held on to. So I venture to say, for every person that said, I'm doing this because, and then you don't do it, that's really not your why. Because if it was really your why, there would be nothing that would keep you from doing it because it's your why. Janet Reese's father is walking now. Guess what, Jonathan? We're never going to have to wonder why Janet Reese is doing this. I don't know how, and I'm just going to use this as an example, okay? My very first person I gave patches to, gave them patches, hundreds of dollars worth of patches. It corrected a situation with their children. Like Jonathan. I don't know where they at, is what I'm saying. How does this correct? How could Janet Reese, how could she have her father get out of a wheelchair? He's now walking because of Super Patch, and then she don't do Super Patch because blah, 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 blah. How could that be? There you go, Judy. Stop allowing your why to be your why not. I'm all in. I'm all in. And I was all in, Jonathan, because of other people's testimonies. It wasn't even my own testimony.
Same.
My mom's testimony didn't come until May. I was all in because of somebody else's kids that got off all of their meds, sleeping at night, no aggressive behaviors, starting to talk, starting to sit, starting to cut, starting to color. I'm all in, and it wasn't even my story. But I could not unsee what I saw. So is this really your why? Is this really, like, there's no way that my mother no longer has COPD, and I'm not going to keep you got to ask yourself, why does somebody have to keep coming to light your fire? You mean to tell me your mother getting out of a wheelchair, or your mother coming off of her COPD meds, or your kids coming off it, that's not a big enough why? Then it's not your why. It's not your why.
And I'm going to share this too. It's not that I didn't think to share this, but my same daughter that had the issues, this is nuts, and it gets me chills just thinking about it. She was in the bed yesterday. Her first pregnancy was so bad, she was in so much pain that she said she didn't want to have another child. She was like, that's it. We're having Hadley, and that's it. Then she came out of it. They got pregnant. She just gave birth yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, her last pregnancy birth was 3 days. She was in the hospital pushing for 3 days. I don't blame her of why she didn't want to have another kid.
Right.
She was at the hospital at 7:30 p.m. Sunday night. Yesterday afternoon, when she finally dilated, one push and my Harper Joy was born. And you know what she said whenever I walked into the room? Big old smile on her face. She didn't look stressful or nothing. Dad, I have pain patch on, peace patch on, focus patch on, and the defend patch on. That's why this pregnancy was so much different. I'm like, what? And because we were all just baffled that she pushed one time and the baby was born, compared to what happened last time and her being traumatized, and she gave credit to the patches. The same daughter of why I'm here just gave birth to my 5th grandbaby yesterday, and it was the easiest thing for her. And you can't unsee that, can't unhear it, can't unexperience that. And so the other older daughter is pregnant and due in April. And what do you think my second oldest daughter told her?
You better wear them
You
patches.
got to have all those patches on.
You
You
better
have to have all of those patches on because it made all the difference. All the difference. Do you realize just that niche alone? Ladies, listen to me. I gotta see all y'all's faces. I see.
Oh yeah, let me put them on gallery so we can see the faces. This was
Ladies,
great too. This was good.
think about this. If you don't have a story yet, borrow somebody else's why. But let me
Yes.
tell you this. Ladies, y'all know how painful pregnancy is. Most of you on here are grandparents, great grandparents, right?
Yes.
Do you realize just with that niche, just with the niche of pregnant women, how far your business could grow? If you just concentrated on a pain aid for pregnant women, because ladies, you know, when you're pregnant, you can't take anything.
Anything.
If you just appealed to pregnant women with the freedom patch, what your business would do. So I challenge all of you, now that I said that, some of you are like, aha, light bulb went off. There are groups and pages on Facebook, Natural Path, Natural Wellness for Women, that you can go add yourself to right now. And if you just stuck on the niche of helping pregnant women with blood flow and pain, where your business would be. Neuropathy, swelling, all of that stuff in the feet, backaches, pain. Ooh wee. So there you go. There's a little golden nugget, little light bulb for y'all. So
With the
I've just
nausea
thought
patch
about that
coming.
testimony. Huh?
With the nausea patch coming.
Yes, with the nausea patch
With the
coming.
nausea patch coming for dialysis people, for people on chemo, for people flying. If I ride in the back seat of a car, I get sick. Like we have something on our hands. I want to share this, and then literally, if you don't have any other questions, y'all, we'll get off because we know that people got a place there, folks, and things like that. If you need me to stay on here to talk with you about your structure, I'll give you a few more minutes of my time. But I am placing my people tonight, Jonathan. I promise you, all of them will be placed tonight. I'm not doing
I'll
it
be
tomorrow.
checking.
And I'm gonna do it tonight. So I want you all to hear this, and this is probably gonna bring me to tears, but I'm gonna share it anyway. My son Julian is a singer. Thank you all for all of your prayers. Jonathan was checking on us all day. He was in the hospital, but he was checking on us. And my son is a singer. So for those of you that don't know, he had to have surgery on his vocal cords. Well, it wasn't a serious any surgery is serious. Let me say that. Anytime you got to go under is serious. But what I mean by that is it wasn't like they had to take a kidney out or anything like that. Okay? It was a quick surgery. My son is a singer. That's his bread and butter. That's his life. So it was an emotional surgery. You understand what I'm saying, Pastor Sean? That's his voice. So it was more emotional for him, which is why I was just there 2 weeks ago. I did not go home for Christmas because I knew that I was flying to be with him for his surgery. And yeah, he's an adult, but he's my son, right? Well, as we were checking into we were registering him at the hospital. Well, no, maybe the day before he was saying, yeah, mom, he found this surgeon who was very highly recommended from other very prominent vocalist because he went to an ear, nose, and throat doctor, Pastor Sean, who told him, "Oh, you're good. Just go on vocal rest." They put him on steroids. Nothing changed for him. He said, "But mom, when I had to go to this other doctor, she was not in my network. The consultation was $400." I hope y'all are hearing what I'm saying, right? So he said, "Mom, it was $400." And anybody now, he's a school teacher. And anybody knows singers, they don't make a lot of money, y'all. They don't, unless you make it super big, right? But he can really sing. So we were at the hospital. Well, the day before we went to the hospital, I said, "Hey, is your insurance covering the entire surgery?" He said, "Well, not really, mom." He said that surgery is almost $20,000 for a 15-minute surgery where it was 15 minutes. Even though recovery took forever and all of that, all those things, It's a 15-minute surgery. The surgery was $20,000. He said, and I have to pay out of pocket close to $1,000. Okay, so we were sitting there and I'm not saying this to brag. I need y'all to understand why I do what I do. We sat there yesterday and I'm sitting with him at registration because they have to sign off to say, y'all see how I'm storytelling? Do y'all also see how I'm storytelling? I want to make sure y'all understand that I'm teaching you right while I'm telling my story. And as I'm sitting there with him and they're having me sign the papers with him, we're going to text you, we're going to call you, all those things. She said, okay, Julian, your copay, your balance of your surgery is $800 and some dollars. How do you wish to take care of that? He was like, well, I'll just do a payment plan. And I said, no, you won't. No, you won't. You won't leave here. If you're getting your vocal cords fixed, we're not leaving here with debt. And we paid the bill. I need you to understand that there was a time when I wouldn't have been able to do that for him. And if you're wondering why every day I'm posting and every day I'm trying to find somebody to patch and every day I'm grinding the way that I'm grinding and every day I'm building legacy, it's so that when times come like that, when it was almost $1,000 and I didn't even flinch to say, no, you're not leaving here with that debt. I need you to understand, if you would have that same passion behind what you say your why is. Pastor Sean, my why is my family. I can't now allow my same why to be the reason why I don't do this. And I was there with my son. And I was still posting. And I was still connected. And it's times like this. When you are in a season where your money is flowing, where we were able to repay some people, some debts that we incurred throughout the times when we were broke, when we were able to sow back into people, when now I'm remembering every single time somebody is in need, when we were able to go and buy $2,000 worth of toys for a toy drive, and we didn't flinch to do it, when we were able to sow into giving money back to purchase food for a Christmas drive. I need you to understand, we cannot allow the reason why we say we're here to be the reason why we don't. The same God that did it for me is the same God that can do it for you. Same God. What you can't get caught up in doing is measuring your results right now to the results of a Jonathan Bryant, a Stanisha Graham, a Nina Moore, because you don't know. You think that our results are from right now. Our results are from years of doors closed in our face, from years of people letting us down, from years of people quitting on us, from years and years and years. You're seeing the harvest of the seeds we've sown for the last 20 years of our lives. That is what you're seeing right now. You're seeing the fruit of our labor. Yes, Minister Kathleen Moore. You're seeing what we believed in back in 2000 or 1999 or whatever year it was, that we did not lose sight of the vision. And that is, the vehicle might have changed, but the vision hasn't changed a bit. I knew that I wanted to retire my husband. Network marketing did that. There is no job that we're ever going to work that is going to retire our spouses. If you want more for you and your family, it's going to require more of you. Say more of me, not more of your sponsors, more of me. I might go sometimes, and Jonathan will know I talk to Jonathan more than Stanisha. I might not talk to Stanisha for 2 weeks at a time, 3 weeks at a time. And I'm her number one producer. I don't care. I don't care. This is not about Stanisha. This is about the fact that I have a device. I have a device. I have a device. This ain't got nothing to do with Tanisha. She introduced me to it. She's the bridge that brought me over. I take personal responsibility for my business and for what I say that I want. I'm building a position for my father. My father is almost 80 years old, Jonathan. I don't want my dad worrying about where money's going to come from. So why are you doing this? Ask yourself today, why am I here? You can't just allow yourself to be moved by a video of somebody who stopped stuttering. Beyond that, who are you helping? Why are you here? And let's take this serious and let's close out strong. Let's run through the tape and make you proud for a change. Make you proud for a change. This is not me, not Jonathan, not your sponsors, not your sidelines, not your uplines. Make you proud today. You. Make you proud. How about don't quit? Finish what you start. Everybody I'm going to finish what I started. Me. I'm not looking to the right or to the left. I'm going to finish what I started. I'm going to finish what I started. My only hope is that all of you will want to finish what you started. And I think I wrote something down about that. I'm not stopping short of the finish line. Because unfinished goals don't disappear. They haunt our confidence. Your future is listening to you right now. We're not closing a month. We're closing a chapter. We're going to end 2025 like people who expect 2026 to obey our commands. I don't know about you, but I'm commanding 2026 to multiply, to manifest. I'm commanding 2026 to be fruitful and multiply. My actions, mine. The word says be fruitful and multiply. But what do you want to multiply? Because God's going to multiply what you've been doing. So if you don't want God to multiply what you've been doing, change it quickly. We cannot walk into 2026 with imposter syndrome. I want to talk about that for a second. Who am I when we're saying, but who am I to lead? Well, who am I to post? Well, who am I to invite? I need you to hear me. And I wrote this down. You don't become confident and then do the work. Confidence is the receipt you get after you do the work. After. You know, it's like it comes after the Holy Ghost, right? Miracle signs and wonders come what? Pastor Sean, it come after the Holy Ghost. It don't come before the Holy Ghost. You waiting on a miracle and God is saying, but I'm waiting on you. It comes after the Holy Ghost. So today we are cutting off the spirit of unfinished business. No more, I'll start on Monday. Well, I'll start in July. Well, I just want to go look at this over here. No more, well, I'll post when it looks perfect. I'll post when I'm ready. No more, I'll invite, but I don't know what to say. That's a lie because we tell you what to say. We tell you what to say in the script. You need to cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Winners don't run on feelings. Winners run on finish. Winners focus on the finish line. What is the finish line? What is your why? Who are you helping? That is your finish line. So if you started this month, you're going to finish this month. If you started this year, you're going to finish this year. If God told you were going to build, because this is the one. God told me to work with you. God told me to come do Super Patch. I'm going to tell you right now, God is not fickle. And God is not bipolar. Look at Shirley is cracking up over there. Because they say it. Well, I don't know now. I don't even know if God is not confused and God is not a liar. God is not double-minded. Don't be, I'm mad at my sponsor. Okay, get over it and let's get to moving. Because honestly, If your sponsor said something to you that rubbed you the wrong way, you didn't like the way they said, there's something in you that you got to fix. There's something in you. Because no trainer is supposed to make you feel good all the time. All right? So if you said you were going to build, then you're going to move like it. Finish what you started. You're not an imposter. You're just inconsistent. And consistency will fix inconsistency. All right? Don't let December be a scrapbook of almost. We don't need a new plan. We need new standards. Type new standards in the comments. Type new standards in the comments. And I'm going to give you the finish framework. All right? Here's the finish framework. FINISH. The finish framework. F. Follow the system, not your mood. Jonathan's writing this down. You best believe it. Follow the system, not your mood. F. What is the system? Patch, post, share, care. Even when you don't feel like it. I'm going to tell y'all right now, if y'all knew how much our phones ring, it is no way possible we could talk to everybody. It is crazy what happens in our lives. Okay? We try to do as much as we can, which is why we have systems in place for you to be able to go look at the information. And if you just look at it over and over and over again, I promise you'll begin to understand it. F is finish, follow the system, not your move. I is we invite like a leader. Inviting is not bothering. Inviting is a blessing. Let me show you something. You need to get on this Zoom on Monday, because guess what's going to happen on Monday? We got to celebrate that. 470 people on a call. January 5th, we should have 500 people on a call. If y'all saw every reel that I posted on Monday, had meet me on the Zoom tonight at 8 o'clock. Meet me on the Zoom tonight at 8 o'clock. Meet me on the Zoom tonight at 8 o'clock. From 8 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, all of my reels, the caption had, meet me on the Zoom. And I'm going to talk about this tonight on the Zoom. Meet me on the Zoom at 8 o'clock. We have to promote and invite. N, F-I-N. So I was invite like a leader. N, no disappearing. Follow up is where faith meets action. Now, you can't ghost your own goals. Because some of you need to follow up with yourself. Follow up with you. And stop ghosting your goals. Okay? No disappearing. N is no disappearing. I, the next I, is identity upgrade. Stop saying, well, I'm going to try. Well, I'm trying. Well, I mean, I'm trying to build. I'm trying. No, I'm building is the language of leadership, not I'll try. I'll see what I can do. I'll try to get on the call. What? We have one call a week, one opportunity call. When you have a prospect, you need the call. When you don't have a prospect, the call needs you. We got to pack that call out. I'm telling you, Jonathan, something is going to happen when we break 500. I don't care if we break it long enough to get it screenshot that we had 500 on the call. Something's going to break when we break 500. Mark my words, I'm a woman of God. The letter S, small reps daily. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Small reps daily. Small rep every day. Today, 10 reach outs, posting, follow-ups. That's how closers close. All right? Small steps daily. H, hold the line. No last day panic, last day precision. Hold the line. Pause. Hold the line. Urgency will, we start the month with urgency so we don't end in emergency. Today is the day we're emptying out that holding tank, okay? Then we've got, I talked about imposter syndrome. I'm done. All right. So I want you all to know we're going to finish what we start. We're going to close out strong tonight. Everybody's going to print out their chart or write it out. Thank you, Jonathan Bryant. We did that. We gave him 3 hours and 20 minutes of continuous, extensive training to help you to understand what this means, right? What that structure means, what this means, how we make our money. Jonathan always breaks down the comp plan. So now you can start it. Guess what? All of the trainings combined help us to understand what this volume means and how you get paid. If we're not enrolling, there will be no pay. All right? Make sense? Jonathan Bryant, what's your last words for everybody?
My last words are simple. Let your mouth speak over what your heart desires. Let your mouth speak over what your heart desires. Every single one of you chose to do this as a business, to bless yourself, to bless your family, to make a difference in your life by simply communicating what these patches have done for you. The only way that it's going to take place is if you allow your mouth to speak over what your heart desires. Cheers and blessings to you, to your family, to end 2025 strong, to welcome 2026 with everything that God has for you and for your family. It's already done. It's already done. You just have to position yourself in a state of posture to receive what he has for you. Thank you, all of you, for blessing me and my family and what's taking place in 2025. Nina, the Moore family, all of your leadership, absolutely incredible, amazing, such a blessing to us. And I can't wait to see what 2026 has in store for every single one of you. Blessings to each of you. Thank you.
Good night and God bless. Let's close out strong today.